Ladies and gentlemen, folks at home, we are live here on the launch day for Star Wars Jedi Survivor. The launch day for Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Now, before we get started, we told the fake Star Wars fans for weeks that the Crocs were starting to show, like always, like clockwork. They didn't want to listen. And now here again, we run into the brick wall with yet another terrible video game that releases. This was a game that was shilled to the moon and back, and now it has some roadblocks that weren't seemingly mentioned in those reviews. It's a total disaster. Basically what we're trying to say, it's a total disaster for Star Wars Jedi Survivor. If you were one of the 5 people in last night watching me play it, then we won't play it again. Let's just put it that way. And not because of the technical problems, but because the game's just so terrible. You know, it's funny because it's like a Cyberpunk situation where if the game didn't have technical problems, there would be nothing to discuss. Because that's how terrible this game is, bro. It's easily one of the worst games I've played this year. And I played a terrible amount of games this year. I played all of the big releases for the most part. And I haven't played one great game this year. Okay? I haven't played one great game this year. I played all of the big releases that I can remember anyway. And I haven't played one great game that has come out this year. And I know everyone in here will disagree, and that's okay. I'm glad you guys like mediocrity. But I can say that Star Wars Jedi Survivor, not Fallen Order, Jedi Survivor is just probably the worst game that has released thus far this year. Now, this year isn't over. We got Zelda coming up in a couple of weeks. It's going to be a massive game. And Starfield, Spider-Man 2. There's a lot of other games that are coming. But right now, I would argue that Star Wars Jedi Survivor is hands down the worst game of 2023. And not because necessarily it's just terrible. It's terrible in every asset. It is a downgrade. It is a cookie-cutter, palatable video game that brings nothing new to the table. It is not fun to play because you're doing the same thing over and over and over again. And I told people, I said last night, look, we're here in this training area, and this is the whole game right here. And I wasn't wrong. I wasn't wrong. You just wall run. It is kind of Titanfall-ish, but not in a good way. It's a terrible game. Respawn Entertainment's never made a good game.
Bald Lesbian Super Chatted $4.99.
Respawn's never made it.
Sending tracking information soon.
There we go, baby.
Keep an eye out. Force Unleashed is better than Jedi Survivor, Dancer, Madden.
I just looked up gameplay. I just looked up gameplay for Force Unleashed, and it has better physics, more interaction. You know, it's so sad. You know, you would think that EA and Respawn Entertainment could pull it off in a way that makes sense. You would think that, well, because this is Star Wars and a big property, that they couldn't screw a release up like this, at least on PC. I remember photo mode last night. It was running at 15 frames a second. Photo mode was running at 15 frames a second, bro. And I thought, wow, that, you know, I couldn't tell if it was my setup or not, but apparently it wasn't. So, I mean, I'm probably not going to play that game again. I'm probably done with Star Wars Jedi Survivor. And we didn't even get past the first tutorial planet, but that's okay. I mean, we've seen the whole game. It's the same thing over and over and over again, just with, you know, upgrades and skill path trees and shit like that. I mean, there's really nothing there. There's really nothing there. It's another flavor of the month release, and everyone loves it because, well, it's something to play, and it's Star Wars, and it's Respawn, and they made Titanfall, and Titanfall was always trash. I don't know one game that they made, that Respawn has made, and granted, I don't know all of the releases that they've ever done, but, you know, I couldn't sit out here and say that Titanfall was even good to begin with. It was a bunch of fucking Call of Duty wannabe shit with like fucking mechs and stuff. I mean, you know, if that's even Titanfall. But nonetheless, Bald Lesbian coming through, supporting the show, doing so in a way that makes sense, and I guarantee you're going to be the only one here today. So Bald Lesbian, we appreciate that, and you're going to allow us to produce more content here with the upcoming Zelda Kingdom of Tears. We'll be able to review it thanks to Bald fucking Lesbian. So with that said, we will be giving him the executive producer credit as we switch gears here in the coming days and switch over to Zelda, because I have nothing more to say about this game. I mean, it's a total disaster. We played it last night. I gave you first impressions. I have no desire to play through that slop again. Now, if you were like playing as Darth Vader or some shit like that, that'd be a little bit more interesting, you know. But the game just doesn't feel good when you use the Force. The physics are terrible. It has like 0 physics in this fucking game. I'm not even joking. I don't even think it has a physics. It literally does not have a physics system, at least with the ragdoll and stuff. I don't think it actually even has a physics system. So, yeah, EA, well, Respawn Entertainment, the developers. EA is the publisher, I believe, but maybe they own that studio. I don't know. But regardless, terrible game. I'm not sure why they made it. I mean, I know why they made it, but it's Star Wars. It's going to sell. You put Star Wars on anything, and it's going to fucking sell. But really, it's not fantastic. And let's go ahead and jump into this, folks, right here. This is what we're looking at. And the hypocrisy of the games media continues. So you see at the bottom there, they were just a few days ago. They were touting about how amazing this game is, how spectacular this game is, 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10. Just incredibly high scores all across the board right there. Star Wars Jedi Survivor. And, you know, well, it doesn't make any sense because if those reviews were genuine, and I'm not saying they're totally fake, but would the game really have scored that high if it didn't? You know, I just don't understand what's going on here because none of this is making sense. And maybe those reviews are coming from the console version, but I played the PS5 version last night and it really wasn't stable. It wasn't Cyberpunk broken, but it wasn't fucking, the frame rate was trash. But regardless, you can see on Steam, they're review bombing this game. It says mostly negative. Now, that will definitely change. People are complaining about the technical issues and how it doesn't run well on a 4090 and shit like that. But really, that's not the game's problem. The game's problem is that it's trash. You know what I mean? So this is just a nice mask because no one would be talking about this game. I mean, if you removed the Star Wars moniker, it could be its own thing. It's hardly a Star Wars game. I mean, I don't feel like a badass Jedi when I play this game because the gameplay is so terrible and there's no fucking physics. I mean, it's literally a downgrade, bro. Like, the developers were literally able to do so much more with inferior hardware, and you tell me how that makes much fucking sense, because it doesn't. It really doesn't. They were able to do so much more with inferior hardware. The Xbox 360 had, like, what, a 512 megabytes of RAM? You know, and you got, like, a very sophisticated, very advanced physics system in there, the Euphoria engine in Star Wars Force Unleashed and Unleashed 2. And it starts to not make any fucking sense as we continue to play these terrible, terrible, terrible games. And the hypocrisy of the industry is just appalling because clearly the game has problems, and not just on PC. That might be the extreme scenario platform there for this game, Jedi Survivor, in terms of problems. But the game definitely has its issues on 360 and PS5 as well. I mean, Xbox Series X and PS5 as well, the consoles. So, where are these review scores coming from? Where are these review scores coming from? Because I don't. Did they just say, well, the hiccups didn't really matter? It isn't making sense. It really isn't making sense, to be totally frank. You know, and it's sad how some reviewers pick and choose. First name, last name coming through hard and strong, baby. That's what we're talking about. Hell yeah, but we appreciate that first name, last name coming through hard and strong.
Coming through in
Yeah.
a way
Yeah.
that's
what we're talking about.
Sense.
Someone stepping up to the plate. That's what we're talking about after that three-pointer from Bald Lesbian. The incredible assist here from first name, last name with the $10 super chat. Hell yeah, brother. We appreciate that first name, last name stepping it up to the plate here after the amazing three-pointer from Bald Lesbian. It is so incredibly sad, folks, that I know and that I can tell you. Again, we played this last night. If you didn't tune in, you could watch the VOD, although it really wasn't entertaining because I have no desire to play this game again. I already knew going in it was going to be terrible, and I told you guys that for weeks, or at least a week, and we were right yet again. World-class veteran video game critic Michael Does Life was right yet again. Gee, what a fucking surprise. You know, I want to be wrong. I don't want to be right. Being right is very boring. I would love to be wrong one of these days, but these games that come out are just so terrible that it is time to either stop gaming and wait for something worthwhile to come out in the next 5 to 10 years, or just start lowering our expectations and standards and saying every game is amazing because it has great graphics. Because you can't have it all these days. It either has to be graphics, performance, resolution, or you just can't have it all. You can't have the total package anymore. You used to could have the total package, but you can't have the total package anymore. And it's so sad. So the next game we will be covering, thanks to Bald Lesbian, will be Kingdom of Tears. He's going to send his Switch over. And since we don't have a Switch, that's a great, kind gesture. Because it really wouldn't make sense for me to go out and buy a Switch just for one game. And he had a spare Switch, and Bald Lesbian's going to help out here. Help him produce content, help him produce it in a way that makes sense. So that's what we do appreciate very much so. And we will be, as a result, the Bald Lesbian coming through in a way that makes sense, we will be covering Kingdom of Tears Zelda. And look, I'm hoping it's great. If it's a snooze fest, well, then we're not going to be, we're just going to have to wait until Starfield, and that's not coming until September. Now, in June, there's going to be a showcase for Starfield. And I honestly think at this point, especially since Microsoft was blocked with the Call of Duty deal, Activision thing, or whatever the fuck, that Starfield, I mean, the importance of Starfield landing in a way that makes sense. I mean, I know Redfall's coming out, but no one cares about Redfall, bro. That has like 5 fans. So that's going to be dead on arrival, and they know that. Starfield's the big one for Xbox and Microsoft and Game Pass and Bethesda. It really is the culmination, and if this one doesn't land, I don't know why you would like it. Literally, if Starfield comes out and it sucks, I'm selling my Series X. I'm done. That's the only reason why I still have a Series X, for Starfield. That's it. There's literally no other reason to own a Series X. There's no games. You know, and look, the PlayStation is in that kind of similar spot. I mean, yeah, they have Spider-Man 2 and a few other titles that have come out this year, Forspoken. But those games are pretty terrible. I mean, Spider-Man 2 hopefully will be good, and hopefully they'll listen to my feedback in that review and make the web swinging actually fucking worthwhile instead of pre-canned animations that look so terrible. Well, they look good, but they don't, no substance, you know? Style over substance, that's what the industry craves for. So if Starfield flops, I probably won't get my Series X. I mean, there's just no point. There's really no point because there's no games. I have it unplugged. You know, and the PS5 barely gets turned on too. So there's no software anymore. I'm not sure what happened, but the industry, it's kind of like video games don't even exist anymore when you really think about it. They kind of don't even exist anymore. I mean, there's video games, you know, Star Wars Jedi just came out today, but is it really worthwhile to play through that shit? It's a regurgitation of a game they already put out in 2019. Like, all they did was add new cutscenes and sprinkle in a few new improvements here and there. And they said, here you go for $75, and the game's not even ready. You know, the game's not even ready. It needed more time in the oven, and I think it was already delayed. Pretty sure this was already delayed. I'm pretty sure this was supposed to come out way before it did. So they already pushed it back, and it launches in this state. And again, this isn't just PC. It's not just exclusive to PC. It's got rocky performance all across the board. Last night in photo mode, it went down to like literally 24 frames a second, bro. And the graphics aren't even that great in this. Like, I honestly think the first one might be more impressive, or at least it was at the time. Because I remember playing the first game and being like, damn, these graphics are fucking good. And I didn't really have that same feeling with this one here. And the intro for this is boring as fuck, bro. You're going through this, you're just climbing shit. Like, you know, the intro to the first game is there's a lot more going on. A lot more going on in the first game. So I would say the first game's actually, you know, I've only played these briefly, and I'm not playing this again. So it's just going to sit on my PS5, and it was a waste, but we needed to show you how terrible it was. So the entire industry is in total shambles, I'll tell you that. The entire industry is in total shambles. And it is so incredibly sad. So we're gonna switch gears to Zelda Kingdom of Tears. Once the time is right, we're gonna switch gears to Zelda Kingdom of Tears. And we will be covering that, as this is a dead game. Zelda. I mean, not Zelda, but Survivor. Jedi Survivor. This is a dead game, bro. It's a total snooze fest. Yeah, we didn't get any Star Wars fans to come over and actually debate, which would have been fun, but unfortunately fun is really not our forte, I suppose. But yeah, as you can see, mostly negative reviews, and despite that, the critics loved it, you know? So I'm not sure what version of this game they played, but obviously it's not necessarily the version that a lot of people are playing right now, at least on PC. And I'm sure there's about 6 more patches in the works, because that's how it is. The modern day games industry is nothing but a live service, you know? I mean, this is a game you can't even play without internet, you know what I mean? This is a game, and that's probably why they incorporated that, because they knew that they needed more time with this game, and they wanted to ensure players were up to date. Because the only way that you can play an outdated version of this is if you take it offline. So if I don't update this game, I can stay on the day 1 patch version. But most people are going to update their game, so the version I have won't exist. It'll be very rare. So I'm never going to update this game. I'm never going to update Star Wars Survivor, so I can say that I have a very rare version of this game, because it is, I mean, you know, it is the reality of the situation. Breath of the Wild has horrible frame rate. I don't care. I'll play a game that, dude, these problems don't, if you were there watching last night, which I didn't even look at the view count, because no one watches the show anymore, I don't even care, but at the end of the day, if you were there last night, the problems that I had with the game had nothing to do with the technical side of things. I don't give a shit about these frame rates and resolutions. Like, that's for fake gamers, okay? But when you're just sitting around and climbing things, and you're sitting around and doing this Uncharted bullshit, and you're just, you know, slicing stormtroopers over and over and over again for 5, 10, 20, 30 hours straight. I mean, I don't know how anyone gets any satisfaction out of that. Especially since the physics system is so terrible in this game. It's a total disaster. It is a total disaster. Yeah, I mean, I don't even think this is 30 frames stable. But I'm not playing it again. So it is what it is, but that's how it is on PC. It's even worse on PC than consoles, so according to the Steam reviews. So, yeah. But, you know, that's just the industry in a nutshell. I mean, I haven't played one great game this year. Not even joking. I haven't played one great... Well, I mean, I did play one great game this year, but it didn't come out this year. The only great game that I played was... It's over! Don't even know that Iron Dawn. That was the only great game.
Snurf super chatted $10. Gaming is kinda like a woman. The better looking it is, the worse it really is. Soulless trash. Thanks to some companies for making good games, still, the best games are all the games nobody knows DOA.
Exactly. Yeah, and you know, gamers don't support stuff like that because it doesn't have the big marketing budget. It doesn't have the hype machine behind it. So, you know, it's really a matter of how much, you know, how can you advertise this and do it in a way that makes sense to get people to care about your soulless fucking game. Gary from the Vault coming through. Hell yeah, brother, we appreciate that. And that's why, you know, here's the thing. If Starfield is great, and the Biosnoy Games media is going to be really up that game's ass because it's not on PlayStation. They're seething, and they're jealous of that. They're envious of it. But even if Starfield does get great reviews, like this game right here did, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, let's just swap that for... Let's swap that for Starfield and pretend like Starfield has these reviews. Even if that is the case, even if that turns out to be the reality of it, it's still going to be a sleeper hit game because it's tethered to the Xbox ecosystem, and it's not on PlayStation. And because, you know, at one point Starfield was being developed for PlayStation. It might have been exclusive. I can't remember the entire story, but, you know, before Xbox bought Bethesda, it was definitely going to be on PlayStation, to say the very least. So now that it's not on PlayStation, you know, they're seeing and they're saying it's trash and no one cares and it's mid and it's garbage. Oh, it's Bethesda, they make trash quality games and stuff like that. But it's like, who even cares? I mean, at the end of the day, if Starfield sucks, bro, it's literally on Game Pass day one. Like, I don't understand how we can't get it through our skull that it's on Game Pass day one and that there's no big hurdle to jump over. It's not $60, $70 like Star Wars Jedi Survivor is. And many people are saying, hey, wait a minute, you know, this is baloney. You know, they released this game. It's in a terrible state. EA had to come out with a statement and say, hey, we're working on the fixes just like every other fucking developer, publisher does. It's ridiculous. But, you know, it's not surprising, and gamers take it up the ass. They just bend over and they're like, oh, yeah, Michael. You know, they love it. They love it. They love to consume. It's not a matter of playing something that's actually worthwhile. It's not a matter of any of that. It's a matter of just consuming. They get the dopamine hit, fires the neurons up there, and they love it. And they just love consuming the flavor of the month. They don't care about quality. They don't care about anything. It's just a matter of consumption and saying, hey, we got the brand new shiny thing. They want to feel a part of something. That's really what it is. It's consumerism. It's not playing something that's memorable, that's going to last, you know, that's going to have a lasting impression. It's about consuming. That's really what it's boiled down to. It's about consuming. And if you're not on that, then you're not on it. That's what it's boiled down to. It's boiled down to consuming. And it's so sad. Who cares about sales? Who cares about... Why would you want to own these terrible games? Actually, I think Jedi Survivor is on Game Pass. Maybe. I'm not sure how that works, but... Why would you want to own these terrible games? Like, bro, I bought this game last night for like $75. I'm not playing it again. I only played like an hour of it. An hour and 30 minutes, maybe. It's terrible. Like, there's just... I've already played the whole game. Like, you're just doing that over and over and over again. Don't care about the characters. Don't care about the story. Don't care about any of that. You know, I at least thought the physics system would have been a little bit more compelling, but it's not. And you can see that for yourself. But the point is that these games are so terrible, I don't understand why you would want to own them. And you guys don't own them anyway, because you guys mostly buy digital, so it's like you don't really own them anyway. At least with physical copies, you can play them offline, most of them, with the exception of Hogwarts Legacy and this game here. These are the only two games that have implemented this online thing. I mean, you can play this offline. I did last night, but you have to initially... I mean, if you download it digitally, you're good. But if you buy the physical copy, you got to update it. Because what they shipped is probably not even on that disc, or it's so broken that you wouldn't want to play it. So they forced... That's probably why they did that. Cyberpunk should have done that too. Because think about it, if you go out and buy Star Wars Jedi Survivor in 2 weeks from now, you're going to have to update it. You know, if you go out and buy a physical copy, you're going to have to update it, and that update's going to be the latest version. Whereas if you buy it right now, it's going to be different. But you're going to be forced to update it regardless. You can't play it without an update if you buy the physical copy. So it's a very interesting thing, but it is what it is. It is what it is. So, yeah, it's just the reality of the situation. I don't know what to tell you guys. I know you guys don't care, but, I mean, if no one cares, then why do we even own these consoles? I mean, I don't even... It's ridiculous. So, we'll cover Zelda. Thanks to Bald Lesbian, we'll cover Zelda, and, you know, we'll see what the Switch has to offer. And maybe we'll be surprised, hopefully. But after that, there's going to be some downtime. I don't know what is releasing in June or July. Probably not too much, but obviously things start picking up again in August with, I'm assuming, Madden. And then in September, you have Starfield, and then October and November, Call of Duty, stuff like that, NBA 2K, blah, 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 blah. The same old games every fucking year. And that's how the cookie ultimately crumbles. So... unless I'm missing out on something, I think that is... Let me look at the release schedule here to see what's coming. Let's go look at the game's release schedule. Sorry I don't have passion anymore. It's just like, this industry is so boring to me. I'd rather not talk about video games for the rest of my life because I'm just done with them. I mean, there's just... Obviously, there's no hope left with maybe some very few, and I mean very few exceptions. Obviously, when Rockstar's ready to pull that curtain back, I will be there day one. And we will have to see what they have to show for it. But that isn't happening anytime soon. So, I guess my standards are just too high. And I guess I should sit down and conform and say, well, these games are so great and they're amazing. And I guess it's a me problem. Because there's millions of people that love this slop, right? So, let's see what is coming out in June. All right, never mind. May. Okay. You got Redfall. Redfall is coming on May 2nd. Redfall is coming on May 2nd. Oh, Hogwarts Legacy is coming out again. Oh, gee williker. Well, we might have to recover that. Might have to buy it again. Hogwarts Legacy on PS4 and Xbox One. That's going to be a shit show, bro. Might have to actually just cover that just to see how terrible it is. Not that I really want to... Oh, what a terrible game. Hogwarts Legacy, terrible game. God, so much potential and you do nothing with it. I mean, you gotta be kidding me, bro. But everyone loved it because it was great graphics and that's all they needed. So those are the two big releases before Zelda. Redfall and Hogwarts Legacy re-released on the older Legacy consoles. And then you have it's Zelda Kingdom of Tears on May 12th. Zelda Kingdom of Tears on May 12th. What else do we have here? Amnesia the Bunker. Okay, May 23rd. If this is correct, it's on Game Informer. I know you guys can't see it. There's Forspoken DLC coming out. Oh, gee williker. Wait, Suicide Squad's coming out next month? That can't be right, bro. I thought they just delayed that. This website, how is Games Radar? How are they not updated on this shit? Like, just tell the intern to update this. It'd take like literally 2 seconds, bro. There ain't no way that's coming out then. All right, let's go to June. Street Fighter 6 and Diablo 4 in June. Have no interest in either of those games, but look, if we have to cover games we don't care about, we will probably just start doing that. I mean, not that I want to go out and buy these games, but if there ain't anything to cover, I mean, there ain't gonna be anything to talk about. July has literally nothing. Hogwarts Legacy on the Switch. Oh, that's gonna be the holy shit. Hogwarts Legacy on the Switch. They'll probably cancel that. I would love to see that game run on the Nintendo Switch. It shouldn't. The Texas Chainsaw. Well, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is coming out in August, but there's a beta next month. I'm curious to check that out. I like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but that game isn't going to be that great. It's another online fucking copy and paste of Dead by Daylight, you know. And the only successful horror game like that is Dead by Daylight. Every other game has failed. Friday the 13th failed. Evil Dead game failed. They're all the same. And the formula, it's all the same. So, in my opinion, let's keep going down here. No games in October. That doesn't make any sense. Spider-Man. Okay, these are to be announced. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Another, you know, interesting game where they could have done something cool with it, but it's always online slop. No one cares. You have, I would say, outside Starfield and Spider-Man 2, that's about it. I mean, as far as we know, in terms of big releases that maybe could be above average, I would say that's it. Unless this is not updated here, I would say that's about it. So there's really nothing coming out. Zelda's the last big one until, in my opinion, Starfield. Unless you care about Street Fighter, which they already put a demo out for that, and I didn't download it, so I just don't care. Diablo 4. Yeah, the industry's in shambles, bro. I mean, maybe the Amnesia, the Bunker could be cool. I don't know. Depends on what it is. I don't even know what it is. You're trapped in a bunker with monsters, ghosts from the past or something. I don't know. So I would say this year's... There's no software. There's software, but it's all trash. Huh. Total disaster. Just look at it. That's all you can do. It's all you can do. The Alien game. None of those games have release dates, bro. It's all bullshit. She don't love it, so sad. All of these games die after a week. I mean, literally, the game I'm talking about right now, no one cares. Like, 170 viewers, that's trash. It's because they don't care about this game. There's no hype until Zelda. We have to cover Zelda even if we don't want to. But obviously we will since, you know, thanks to Bald Lesbian. We are going to cover Zelda. We probably wouldn't have had he not come through because, you know, there's no point to buy a Switch in 2023 when it came out 6 years ago, 7 years ago. I mean, that's ridiculous. The Switch 2 could be right around the corner. But, you know, Bald Lesbian's going to help out here in a way that is amazing. So we will be covering Zelda Kingdom of Tears. And we will have to start making videos on that quick because that game's going to leak very soon. I have a feeling. That game's going to leak pretty quickly within the next week or so. That's how it, you know. So, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Star Wars has already been forgotten. Well, there you go. I'm not playing it again. Like, I played it last night. If you guys tuned in, you got my impressions. If not, well, I don't know what else to say. There's nothing more to add. I don't feel like playing it ever again. It's not my game. It's not good, I would argue. But, you know, if you like it, great. I mean, have fun with it. Don't come in here. Play the game, you know. She don't love it. Final Fantasy. No one's playing Final Fantasy. Jedi Survivor is running better on PS5, whether you use it in performance mode or resolution. Okay. That's not the problem with the game for me. The problem with the game for me is that it's trash. Mark Hamill himself. Yeah, well, they had to bring Mark Hamill in for that ad. They had to bring Mark Hamill in to sell it, which, you know, I mean, that's fine, but whatever. Look, if it were an RPG or some shit like that with, like, you know, but they don't make RPGs anymore. They haven't made an RPG in, like, literally 10 years. I mean, I don't remember the last RPG game that I played that was actually worthwhile. They just don't make them like that anymore. What about Spider-Man 2? Yeah, we'll cover that. That's not until later this year, dude. What do you want me to do? There's no games coming until... Zelda's the last big one, I would argue. Until later this year. Unless you're into a bunch of other terrible games. If you're honest and played the game, you would have more people watching. Well, we played it last night, and I am honest. You don't have to believe me, but I am honest. I said the game was trash. That's what I said. I played it. So. You use the word trash a lot. I'm not going to argue, guys, today. I'm not going to do it. We got potential big content coming, so it is kind of discouraging to see that the numbers are just not in tune, and they probably won't be, especially. We might have the good senator on the show by tomorrow, okay? And I'm going to tell you what, the energy in here is going to be boosted by 20%, 30%, 40%, 50%. Crazy stuff. So I have no idea what we're going to talk about, though, because the industry's dead. Star Wars is already dead. So I guess we're going to have to argue about... some other stuff. We'll see. We will see. Madden 23 is the only game I'm buying. Yeah. Well, they said Madden 20. Let me look up Madden 23. There was rumors that there was a lot of pressure on the devs to make sure this one's going to be actually good. Now, I think I've heard that before, but let me see. Madden 23 rumor. No, Madden 20. Madden 24. Madden 24 rumors. There was a rumor, unless I dreamt of this, Madden 24. Where did I see this? Madden 24. Yep, right here. This is in February of this year. I'll pull it up on the screen when it loads. If this is true, well, it could be interesting. Here we go. Check this out. She don't look. Right here. Madden 24. See if we can fix this in a way that makes sense. Madden 24 is reportedly make or break for EA. Madden 24 is reportedly make or break for EA. And let me see what it says here, because I can't read that. It says, sources from EA Sports reveal the developer is taking a make or break approach with Madden 24 following negative reception to recent games. Okay. Well, I'm not really sure. I mean, really, what could you do? There's nothing they could do to satisfy. I'm not even going to get into it, because I will defend Madden, because the reality of it is that it's one dev team, right? I'm assuming. What is it, EA Tribune or something? I don't even know what the fucking studio's called. There might be multiple devs now. I don't know. But back in the day, I think that's who it was. And, you know, they're on a yearly schedule. It's a real life sport. Like, there's not much you can really do there. And think about it like this, honestly. Think about it like this. If they were to make the perfect football game, how could they ever sell you the next one? You know, it wouldn't make sense. Because you can't add to perfection. So if they were to listen to the fan feedback, it's never going to be enough for a lot of people, because it's not an issue of the game's actually trash. It's an issue of I'm down bad in my life and I'm going to project onto some video game or something. I don't know. It's a weird fucking thing, and maybe we need to get Dr. Phil on the line to really break it down in a way that makes sense. But that's really what it boils down to, you know. And they buy it every year. They consume it every year. But nonetheless, obviously improvements are welcome. I mean, I have last year's Madden, and you know, it was Madden. I mean, I played it day one without any updates. It worked. But it's Madden. I mean, I don't understand what people are, you know, it's a game that has to come out every year. They can't just go back and rewrite the entire code. That would take 5 years, millions and millions of dollars. I mean, it's just, these crybabies are living in fantasy land. Now, if they had a 3-year dev cycle on these Madden games where they hired different studios to make, like Call of Duty, there's multiple Call of Duty games being made right now, unless that formula is changing. You know, Call of Duty, Activision has like 3 fucking developers on Call of Duty, 3 separate studios on Call of Duty. It might be more now, I don't know. But you have Sledgehammer, you have Infinity Ward, and Treyarch. That's what it was back in the day. I don't know if that has changed. So you have 3 separate studios, and they're on a 3-year dev cycle. And, you know, if they were to take that approach to Madden here, it could be interesting, but that isn't happening. So I'm not sure what really they could do here to make it super special, but I think for most people it does what it needs to do. It's like the Nintendo Switch argument. It's like, well, the Switch is not powerful, and, you know, oh, it sucks to play Breath of the Wild on primitive hardware, and, you know, the resolution's low, and it's like, dude, literally no one cares about that, bro. Especially Switch gamers, not Switch. Switch gamers don't care about power. You're not understanding it. Switch gamers do not care about power. They don't care. You have to understand the demographic. You have to understand that Switch gamers don't care. They don't care. It's like Apple users. I don't care about what fucking clock speed the CPU's at right now. I don't give a shit. It just works. Why would I care? And it's beautiful. You know, I don't care. It's powerful. It does what I need it to do. Why would I care? You know what I mean? Like, the people that care are the fake gamers. That's what you need to understand. They subscribe to Digital Foundry and a bunch of other stupid channels that talk about frame rate and resolution and shit that just doesn't matter. It's the cancer of the industry. That's why art direction has taken a backseat. Game design has taken a backseat. AI has taken a backseat. These publishers have to ensure that the game at least looks fucking pretty to ship it out day one so they can get approval from Metacritic. and get big scores like this and say, well, it's got great shiny graphics and it's Star Wars, you're going to love it. It's just too bad that the game is actually terrible. Has nothing to do with the fact that the game doesn't perform where it needs to perform. So, it is what it is. And more LA streams with this support? Fuck no. You think going to LA is cheap? Hell no. But we have the good senator potentially on the horizon within 24 hours or so, 48 hours. So, if you want content, stay tuned and tell your friends. Because once he gets on the show, I mean, we got to start thinking about audio. You get the loud senator out here, if he's not soft, you know, and he'll start, the mics will just stop working, you know. He was, I don't know if many people remember the old streams with him, but holy shit. So we'll see, we might have some special shows this weekend, so lock in. Unless he can't make it, I mean, who knows. But, you know, he plans on coming out, and it's going to be a fun time, so. She don't love and it's so sad. 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 Just got the Nintendo Switch. Oh, you got the Kingdom of Tears? Well, that's why Bald Lesbian is sending over his spare Switch. He upgraded to the Zelda edition. So he upgraded to the Zelda edition. Red Dead 3 will be peak. Is it only broken on PC? Well, it depends on your definition of broken. I mean, we played it last night. It wasn't crashing or anything, but the frame rate was all over the frame rate was all over the place last night. Unless it was my capture card going crazy, I don't know. But I'm not playing it again. The best game I played this year is Iron Lung, and that didn't come out this year. Like, I literally had more fun, and that's a game where you literally look at the control panel on how to steer the submarine, and there's very little visual aid or anything to that game. But it's a very interesting and simple concept premise that at least kept me compelled to finish. And it was challenging, but it wasn't overbearing with the challenge. And, you know, I'm just tired of games where you just defeat red dots on the screen. I'm done with that crap, bro. I need games where it's more about, like, less combat and more like, not pure puzzles, that's crap too, but just like interesting things. I mean, just, you got to throw something new at the player once in a while, and very few games do that because they stick with the mold, they know it works. And I get it, you know, it's, why develop something new when it probably won't work? I mean, look at Forspoken. That studio, I think, shut down. You know, that's a new IP. Now, was it great? I played a little bit of it. I don't really remember much of it, but no, it wasn't great. But regardless, that's why they don't make new IPs, because it's too much of a risk. So they just continue to churn out slop, and people will complain about it on the internet, but at the end of the day, this game sold millions. So the industry at this rate will never change. The industry at this rate will never change. Yeah, and it's so sad. I mean, I rather would have bought the Knights of the Old Republic remake, because that game does need to be remade. I mean, the combat is very dated. It's not like Dead Space where that didn't need to be remade. I would argue Knights of the Old Republic, I mean, it depends on who's remaking. I don't even know if that's even still being worked on. But actually, maybe they shouldn't remake it. Maybe they should just remaster it. But even then, maybe just don't do anything with it. Maybe just make an all-new RPG Star Wars game. Open world RPG. Like, that's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for this, like, Uncharted fucking shit. I don't want to climb fucking garbage and then fight waves of stormtroopers. That's boring, dude. There's nothing there.
$9.99. What's
It's
good,
like
Mike?
Bioshock.
I'm not a big Star Wars fan. I like that old game Shadows of the Empire, and Pod Racer was fire. Latte jobbers around Mike, they want you to be a spot monkey, you.
What do you mean, bro? A lot of jobbers a spot monkey. No. It's over. Well, AEW is dead too until CM Punk comes back later this year. It's over. Like literally, AEW needs CM Punk to stay on in the headlines, because no one's watching that, bro. Like, I'm sorry, no one's watching AEW. I mean, WWE has gotten, but AEW especially has no one. Like, it's literally a bunch of homeless fucking wrestlers that just do flip-flop shit and false finishes and stuff like that. I mean, it's garbage. So they need CM Punk back. I would say that. I would say they desperately need him back. She don't love, and it's so sad. She don't love, and it's so sad. She don't love, and it's so sad. Well, Breath of the Wild is a Wii U game. The fuck? Breath of the Wild is a Wii U game. Think about that. Is the Switch more powerful than the Wii U? Is the Switch more powerful than the Wii U? It can't be. Can it? Because the Switch is a handheld. I mean, yeah, it's... Wait, when did the... Wii U came out in what, 2012? 2012 to 20... When did the Switch come out? 2017, 2012 to 2017, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That's only 5 years. Wow. So the gap here is longer. It's been 7 years since... How many years is 20... It's been 6 years, right? So they're 1 year... And there's still no Switch 2. Not right now anyway, so... Huh. Well, I mean, like, look... Yeah, if I were Nintendo, it's like, how do you make a new console without screwing it up like the Wii U? Look at the Wii to the Wii U. The success, the drop-off rate was... No one wanted that shit. No one wanted the Wii U. I mean, I'm not saying it was a bad console. I thought it was really innovative. Very interesting hardware, blend of hardware and software, and the immersion, and, coming off the Kinect and the Wii and the motion control stuff. But how do you do a Switch 2? You can't just make it more powerful. Like, there has to be something more to it, bro. That's not Nintendo's thing. That's not Nintendo's forte. They don't make powerful stuff. When have they made a console that was more powerful than its competition? Like, I mean, the GameCube maybe, but was the GameCube more powerful than the PS2? I don't know. But regardless, they're not in the power game, and you see these fake, they have to be bots. Like, imagine bitching about a Switch 2. Like, like, I don't even know how you do a Switch 2. Like, what do you add? Just a better screen? They already did that like 3 years ago with the OLED. Okay, that solved that. I mean, probably better battery. I mean, yeah, you update the CPU, but that's not gonna... No, if you have a Switch, why would you... So you're gonna have, in my opinion, Nintendo would have to bring, not a gimmick per se, but they're gonna have to bring something else to the table as well with it. I don't think a spec bump is gonna be enough. There has to be there's gonna have to be something more with the Switch 2 that keeps it intact to what everyone loved about the Switch and why it's like the most successful console, or one of the top 5 most successful consoles of all time. But you also have to innovate, I believe. I don't think you can just put out a Switch 2 and say, well, it's got a better CPU and GPU, and there you go. That to me, that's not... And I don't think to anyone, really, that is all that I don't think that's all that exciting. But again, you don't want to bump the formula up too much because it works, and it's incredibly successful. So it is going to be interesting to see what happens with the Nintendo Switch 2. Because, you know, in the next couple of years, I'm sure they're going to, obviously they're working on something. You can't just stick with the Nintendo Switch for another 5 years. I think that would be, so I don't know. Really, how do you do a Switch 2? I don't know how you do a Switch 2. Because the Wii U was coming off the motion controls, but it was also incorporating the tablet thing. That was big at the time. The tablet, the iPad, things like that. That was still pretty fucking big in 2012, you know? So I don't know how you do that. No, the Steam Deck's already obsolete. The Steam Deck's already obsolete already, dude. You're never gonna... It's big, it's bulky, it's got bezels. The Steam Deck's already obsolete.
Theo Liango super chatted $4.99. I feel like Nintendo should make a great portable console. Smooth online, but who knows? Might not be possible yet.
No, I mean, you can make a great portable console, but I don't know how you're going to sell that to anyone. You're just going to say it's a better Switch with more sophisticated hardware? I mean, there's literally no... You can't sell that. There's nothing there. I'm talking about, like, Switch owners don't care about power. You can't sell power to Nintendo fans. Like, yeah, the nerds are going to eat that shit up, but, like, the PC fanboys that are in my chat right now, mouth breathers, you know, they care about dumb shit like that. Like CPUs and clock speeds and all this fucking stupid bullshit. That's not the Nintendo fan base. So how do you make a Switch 2 that doesn't fuck the formula up, but is interesting and dynamic and different enough to say, well, you know, let's try that out? I don't know how you do it. I think Nintendo has kind of stalled. Because I don't know how you really, I mean, where else do you go? They've already done the motion stuff. They've done the portable gaming tablet thing. Like, when dude, the GameCube to the fucking Wii? That's a fucking revolution, like it was codenamed. Like, dude, when I played Wii Sports, I got home and I hooked up to that TV after waiting in line for my Wii for like 15 hours straight. That shit was fucking very different. Let's just put it that way. In fact, it was kind of hard to like say if this is even good or not. And you wanted to try more games out to see how the controls were working. That was an exciting time for me in gaming because they were trying to innovate in ways that maybe didn't make sense, you know, at the end of the day, but well, the only thing the Steam Deck has going for it at this point is the value of it. It's the cheapest way to get into the portable gaming scene. That's the only thing the Steam Deck has right now. But it is obviously, it's, you know, like everything, it becomes more obsolete every year. That's how technology works. But what I can say is that the value for the Steam Deck is incredible. If you want to jump into PC gaming, and you know, that's the only way I'd recommend doing it. Because you're not PC gaming is not about value. And I mean, with Star Wars Jedi Survivor, even a $3,000 rig can barely fucking run it consistently because the game's so unoptimized. So it literally runs better on fucking PS5, which is a $500 box, compared to... So yeah, PC gaming, even if you have hardware that gives you more headroom, it's unless you're doing something else with all that hardware, there's probably no reason to really jump into that scene unless you really want to. I mean, I'm not, you know, you do you, but I'm just telling you from... as someone who's played all this shit, like, most of it's all pointless, to be honest. I need convenience. I don't care about all the bells and whistles anymore. That shit used to excite me a lot more, but if it just works, that's all I'm looking for. You know, I don't care about the clock speed or the write speed or, you know, just dumb fucking nerdy-ass bullshit like that. Like, that's all fucking... It looks cool on paper, but, like, in reality, am I going to notice the difference? Probably not. So I don't know how Nintendo makes a Switch 2, to be honest. I mean, yeah, again, you could look at the Switch and say, well, how do they improve on the OLED model? You just make it a 1080p screen or something. I don't know, but that's going to eat up more battery. Bigger battery, of course. I mean, you have to... It's not about just speccing it up. No one cares. Ask actual Switch players, not streamers, not fucking social gamers on Reset Air and shit like that. Ask real, if you know someone in real life that plays a Nintendo Switch, they don't even know what frame rate is. Most of them just don't care. Unless like the game's crashing or something where it's like, oh wow, I'm getting kicked out of the game. Yeah, that's a problem. Dude, I'm telling you, bro. Most people don't care about the resolution as it currently stands. I don't even know what the Switch resolution is. Dude, when I play it, I don't care what resolution I'm looking at right now. I don't even know what the resolution of this screen is. I don't give a shit. No, I understand I'm not like everyone else, but I'm telling you, I guarantee that's how most Switch owners are. They just don't care about specs. That's why Nintendo doesn't chase after that shit. So you can't just throw a Switch 2 out. You could do a Switch Pro, but I really don't know what they do unless they have a whole new idea where you can incorporate your old Switch with the new console. Maybe they just don't do a Switch 2. But they have the old Switch incorporate so that way you don't... I don't know, dude. I don't know what Nintendo does from here because they went from motion controls to tablet, portable, and I don't know really where you go from there. Because the Wii U is very interesting. The Wii U was very interesting. I don't know what's so funny, dude. The Wii U was very interesting because it was incorporating the traditional gaming with the tablet gaming, because that was the big craze at the time. And you can't play Wii U games on the gamepad. That's what it was, the gamepad with the big touchscreen, and it was some very interesting mechanics there. And it was different from the Wii, but no one really understood, I guess, what it was. I mean, I remember buying the Wii U and explaining to people that this is not, it's an all-new console. Like, they didn't understand that because I guess it had Wii in the name. And it's like, no, this is an all-new console. It's all new graphics, better graphics than the Wii could ever output. And it just didn't stick. It just didn't stick. Oh, the Switch already does 1080p in the dock. Huh. Oh yeah, the Kirby game too. Yeah, the Kirby game. We got to try that out too. Yeah, the Kirby game. That's the Last of Us Kirby game, the Forgotten Land that came out last year. That was that was definitely a sleeper hit. That's going to be the Starfield this year. 720p looks great on a screen that small, exactly. So that's what I'm saying. I don't think, and they've already upgraded it to OLED. They increased the brightness nits and stuff, better color accuracy and shit like that. So they've removed some of the bezels. Like, they've already updated the Switch. They already gave it that slight spec bump. So where do you take it from now? I don't see you taking it anywhere, really. If I were Nintendo, you would have to know where to move, and you don't want a Wii U 2. You don't want a Wii U 2 where it's like, well, because millions of people own the Switch. It's like, when is hard? I mean, they're still making PS4 games, bro. They're still making PS4 games. Like, literally. RE4 remake just came out on PS4. Hogwarts Legacy's coming to PS4. The new From Software game's coming to PS4. They're still making PS4 games. And that's 2013 hardware, bro. That shit is obsolete. But, they're still putting software out on it, so maybe Nintendo can ride this out for a little bit longer than most people. I don't know. They force you to go online? Who? You're telling me the Nintendo Switch has to be online? I don't know. I don't. Yeah, Switch is the best sell. Well, then you don't change anything. That's why Nintendo rides this out. There's no reason to change anything. Yeah, you put the cartridge in the Switch and then you. Well, there's no reason to buy these new consoles, bro. There's no reason to buy these new consoles. There's no software. Where is the software? Yeah, yeah, the Star Wars Jedi Survivor. You want to buy it? Sure. Got a 10 out of 10 on this website here. Look at that. 5 out of 5. It's incredible. So, are the PC fanboys lying here? You know? Because what version do these reviewers play? Must have played it on the console. But even that has problems. So, I'm seeing... it just doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. Got my Zelda OLED Switch. Oh, so yeah, well, that's the thing. So Nintendo is not making a Switch. I mean, I just thought about it like this. I mean, there's probably people that are buying the Switch for the very first time with the Zelda edition. It just came out. That's why Bald Lesbian's gonna send over his spare Switch. So when you think about it like that, it's like, well, there's new entry points for people that have never bought a Switch before. They might go out and buy it just for this fucking Zelda game. And it's like, I mean, yeah, I don't think there's a new Switch coming at all. I don't understand what they would even do. Unless they have a whole new idea of how to play games. I don't see what you... How are you going to convince the 100 million or so Switch owners to buy a Switch 2? You can't. Unless there would be a... It's about the compelling first-party software. But, you know, with Nintendo, it was about like, well, especially with the Wii, it's like you're in the game, and it's like... So, I mean, unless it goes back to totally traditional console, I don't... Well, I'm talking about the Switch too because everyone's talking about, oh, the Switch needs to be updated and shit like that. And it's like, dude, they're still making PS4 games, bro. So that narrative doesn't make any sense because it's like, well, they're still releasing PS4 games yet. No one has a problem with that. Are you sitting outside? We already played it. What is there to cover? What is there to cover? I already played it last night. It's not like Cyberpunk. Whatever these people are seeing on PC, it's being exacerbated. I'm telling you that right now. Unless it's just abysmal on PC, which it could be. Dude, I played this on PS5. The only thing that I noticed was the frame rate was trash. The problems that I have with the game have nothing to do with performance or anything like that. It's just the way the game's designed. It's boring. No, I didn't say that the Switch had bad games. I'm just saying, I'm talking about Switch 2 discussion here. They've been talking about that for the last 4 years, like, oh, the Switch Pro's coming, oh, the Switch 2's on the horizon. But what does Nintendo do? That's what I'm talking. I'm not talking about the current Switch library or lineup. I'm not saying anything about that. I'm talking about the future of Nintendo's next console. That's what I'm talking about. Playing the original Borderlands. Oh, Lord. Look it up on Wikipedia. More games than PS5 and PS4 combined. Almost a decade old. Well, you guys can't do math. How is it almost a decade? 2017 to 2023 is almost a decade old? You're like fucking 4 years off. That ain't almost. It ain't going to reach 10 years. I mean, it'll probably still be supported for that long. But eventually they will move on to something. Bald Lesbian coming through. That's what we're talking about. Hell yeah, by the way, appreciate that. Thanks to Bald Lesbian, we're going to be able to cover Zelda. As he said, hey, bro, I got a spare Switch. And I said, well... We're going to roll the red carpet out for Bald Lesbian, so... It's over! How's that Zelda Switch, by the way? That shit looking shiny.
Lesbian super chatted $4.99. Tracking number is in email.
There we go.
You should get it next week.
Hell yeah, bro. Appreciate Bald Lesbian helping out in a way that makes sense. As we will be able to cover Zelda for its release in the coming weeks. Decided 666, baby. That's what we're talking about. Remember, for 14 months, baby. Yeah, it came out in 2017. That was 6 years ago. That ain't 10. Yeah, it's closer to 10 than it is. I mean, what do you want me to tell you? Dude, if they came out with the Switch 2 next year, I think that would still be too soon. The Switch is still selling well, and it's going to sell even better with this new Zelda. You're telling me that Nintendo would potentially abandon new Switch owners that buy it just for Kingdom of Tears? Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. So, you know, obviously there is something on the horizon. That's what these console manufacturers do. They think of the next thing, you know, and it's years of research and development and stuff like that. But, you know, like at the end of the day, I don't think it's just, I still don't think it's going to be on the horizon. Maybe they tease it in late 2024 and it releases in 2025 or some shit, spring of 2025. But I just don't see, I don't understand. I honestly think it's a massive predicament for Nintendo because it's like you don't want to fuck this up. The Switch is one of the best-selling consoles in history of gaming, and you know you can't top that. So you throw a Switch 2 out with the spec bump. That is not enticing. They've already done that. Now, was it what gamers wanted? No, because they were like, oh yeah, dude, I remember this one rumor of the Switch 2 and the Switch Pro. It's like, oh, it's going to have an RTX fucking chip inside of the dock version. Like, no one cares. No one in here, it's the PC fanboys bitching about, like, go buy a Steam Deck or some shit. You know? It's like, it's not about hardware. It's the same with Apple. It's not about hardware. Armored Core is on PS4 and Xbox One. So I'm saying they're still making games for that old platform. Well, you guys don't want to talk about Jedi Survivor, so it's like, well, we're going to have to switch gears to Nintendo. We're talking about Nintendo. Because that's the next game we're covering. Bald Lesbian, thanks to Bald Lesbian. We're going to be able to cover it. Because I wasn't planning on... But we'll be able to... And we might, you know, we'll see if we can get an early copy too. Wouldn't that be crazy? No, I don't want to know how it looks, bro. I'd rather wait. We'll see how it looks when we open it up. Some surprises here. Switch 2 won't be coming until 2025 or 20... Oh, damn!
It's over! Clay 1988 super chatted €6.
There we go.
Just home from a good party.
Yeah, you love
it ended up dog boring. Do I too have to end up listening to you whining?
Well, if you choose to come in here, yeah. Some are probably having brain deficiency, but hey, it is what it is. Clay Stray coming through. Daniel Bryan Cesaro. What? Alan Wake 2. That game is woke slop, bro. Alan Wake 2? A game that doesn't even have any gameplay, any real screenshots. Okay, dude. No, I just don't care about Final Fantasy. Like, I just don't care about Final Fantasy, bro. Like, that's just not my style. I don't care about Final Fantasy. I used to play them during the PS2 era a little bit, but just to see the graphics, that's it. But none of that shit was ever... I don't like... I just... It doesn't do much for me. There's too much going on the screen. It's a lot of busy work. At this point, might as well just go back to Oblivion. Switch 2 coming at the end of the year? I don't know, bro. I don't. Well, what's after Zelda? They don't have any other games, do they? Like, this is the last big one, ain't it? I mean, Alan Wake 2, but, like, how can you say Alan Wake 2 is good when there's, like, no information about the game, bro? It's like, it's more of a mystery than fucking Starfield, dude. How do you think that game's coming out? I mean, yeah, they might do a big reveal during, you know, E3 or whatever. No, I mean, Alan Wake 2 could be fucking amazing. I don't know if it's an all-new game, but if you're just roaming around to the next available light on the street, like, and just, you know, it's the same shit, like, I don't... You know, if they're going to make a survival horror game, like, let's do something different. But it's modern day Remedy. To say they're not woke is incorrect. Which, you know, I'm not saying is a bad thing inherently, but, it, you know, I'm just saying, guys, you know. No, the game of the year is going to be Zelda. There's no doubt about it. It's Nintendo first party. And I'm not just saying that because we're going to be able to cover it thanks to Bald Lesbian, but because it's Nintendo. I could have told you that 4 months ago. Like, that is going to get Game of the Year. Spider-Man 2 is not going to beat it. It's Nintendo. Nintendo is Nintendo. So, Zelda will be getting Game of the Year this year, absolutely. Anyone saying otherwise is a stupid idiot. Dreamcast guy hates Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Well, I was thinking about chilling it today, but I after playing it last night, I just couldn't. There's nothing to show there. It's just genuinely a bad game. But not because of the technical problems, it's really because the game's trash. It's very boring. It's very boring. RE4 remake, that shit's dead, dude. How many people are playing that right now? I'm gonna say 15,000. No, I can't be. There's no way it's that low. Let's see how many people are playing Resident Evil 4 remake, bro. Let's see how many people are playing Resident Evil 4 remake. There's 55,000 playing Star Wars. Well, that's fucking dead. That's horrible, dude. Oh, that's worse than Resident Evil 4. Holy shit. Yep, 13,000. Wow, terrible. Jesus Christ. It's all dead. It's all dead. You gotta shill Starfield? I don't... It's because I'm genuinely looking forward to it. Now look, if they show more of the game in June, which they will, and it doesn't look good, well, my interest is going to be, you know, I'm going to lose hype. But it's still on Game Pass day one, so... I mean, when they showed it off last year, I honestly wasn't too impressed. But, you know, it's been a year. And we're going to see what they have now to show for it. And hopefully it's a lot more impressive than what they showed last year. If it's not, well, I'll still play it, but the hype will be not as strong as it is now. Dude, I'm looking for great games. We need Bethesda to come back, and hopefully they do with Starfield. We need another fucking PT, Kojima horror, not Death Stranding 2. No one wants that DLC expansion pack bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, this industry just it's like they know what you want and they don't give it to you. Because gamers have been clamoring for this shit for years. Like Ash Creed Japan, dude, they've been talking, you know, Ash Creed fans of that shitty ass franchise have been asking for that for literally over a decade now. And they're just now making it. Like, get the fuck up out of here, you know? We want big fucking games. When's the next Naughty Dog? The new IP from Naughty Dog that no one knows of. Yeah, what the fuck's that gonna be? You know, The Last of Us 2 multiplayer even. That's gonna be compelling. I mean, just something fucking big. And not big in the sense it's like, oh, it's got a big budget and it's gonna be forgotten about in a week. No, it's like from legendary developers, from, you know, just new ideas from... We have to... It's ridiculous. You know, GTA 6, that's going to be the most monumental, the highest, fastest selling video game of all time. Nothing's going to compete with that son of a bitch. And Rockstar damn well knows that. You know what they're doing right now at Rockstar? They're busting their fucking ass on that game. As we speak. What time is it in the UK? Well, they're probably not working now. They might be. You know, they're probably crunching. Time in the UK. Yeah, they're working 9:36 p.m. Shit, they're working in that office right now on that GTA 6, baby. Rockstar North. Unreal. Think about that. They're working on GTA. I mean, imagine working on something that you know is going to not only change the medium, but is just a cultural phenomenon. I mean, it's just like, how could you be depressed knowing that you're I don't even know how to describe it, but it's just like you're working on something that's going to be remembered for years and years and years. You know, I mean, imagine working on GT, even if you have like a little role. Like imagine, I don't even know, dude. No one cares about Red Dead. I mean, look, Red Dead is a smaller, it's not GTA, dude. Red Dead has always been so, dude, look at the sales for Red Dead compared to GTA 5. Look, now granted, GTA 5's been out since 2013. I get that. So it's had the long head start. But with that said, even so, Red Dead is not on the level of GTA. And as such, Rockstar's not, in fact, you know, it's just not, you have to understand the forward-thinking Rockstar, the push the edge Rockstar, the push the boundaries of the medium, and the storytelling and just the immersiveness, all of that is going to come to fruition in a way that you've never seen before with GTA 6. I guarantee you. Now, is it going to be the W word? Is it going to be woke? Absolutely. But that's what's needed these days. So I'd rather have them go full woke than beat around the bush and pretend like it's not woke, you know? Because that's what they do in Red Dead 2. It's like, well, Arthur can't pick a side. And it's like, well, no one talked like this in 1889. Now, I didn't live in 1889, but, I mean, it's just common sense. No one was acting like, you know, no one was that, well, I'm not going to get into it, but, like, it's just ridiculous. Dude, all Rockstar needs to do is change their logo on social media and people are going to start flipping out. Like if it has like a pink Vice City thing to it, like, oh, fuck, you know. But here's the thing. The game, you know, GTA 6 leaked like last year or some shit, earlier this year, whenever it did. I can't remember when it did. Maybe it was last year at this time. I don't even know when it was. But regardless, it leaked and there was like little conversation about it. And it's like, dude, the biggest game on the fucking planet leaked. And it's like these fake gamers already moved on to the next fucking flavor of the month topic. I mean, it's just like dopamine hit after dopamine. But granted, the leaked footage was like alpha shit, so it's like, it's kind, you know, you can see the foundation, but you can't really see what is ultimately going here. And if it's like they already have the game at that state years ago, it's like, fuck me, it's going to be a whole different level. It's going to be a whole different level. No, GTA 6 is going to be light. Look, if I play GTA 6 and it's not better than Red Dead Redemption 2 in terms of detail, dude, let me just put it to you this way. I need the grass to grow in GTA 6. So what that means is I need the grass to actually grow. And that NPCs eventually have to come out and start their lawnmower up and they have to fucking mow their own grass. If it doesn't have that level of detail, I don't want to play GTA 6. Maybe those are extremely high expectations, but I don't believe so. Because in Bully, they already had the lawn mowing mechanic in a PS2 game. So how do you incorporate that in a way that makes sense? These NPCs need to be on a schedule. You need to, I mean, I'm telling you, if they can't get it to that point, then why are they doing it? You know what I mean? We're going to see some serious shit with GTA 6. And if you guys aren't ready, then I don't know what to tell you. I love Star Wars. Yeah, okay, buddy. Who wants... No, the grass must grow. Did you even look at the leaks? Did you even read about the leaks? You obviously didn't. Dude, there's some fucking advanced shit going on with that game. You think Red Dead 2's on a whole nother level? Sweetheart, you ain't seen shit yet. This is fucking GTA. This is not Red Dead 2 where 5 million people buy it. This is the $100 million, $200 million juggernaut. This is bigger than Call of Duty. Like, get your head out of your fucking ass. You don't think Rockstar North is going to deliver? You're retarded. Jesus. How are they not going to deliver? The ego of that company wouldn't allow them to churn out slop. Because they want to put something out that, believe me, pushes the fucking medium forward. And I got problems with Red Dead 2, and I've already talked about them. And look, it was disappointing for me, or at least it wasn't that exciting for me, because I've already played a bunch of Rockstar games before. And, you know, I think GTA 4 was sort of the game where they said, well, maybe we don't need to do all this. And we can start to scale things back. Like the Euphoria physics engine, or whatever the fuck that's called, that has never been the same since GTA 4. Why? You know, the driving in GTA 5 is trash. It's arcade garbage. And I remember when they first showed the driving off, like they, you know, it was a split second in that trailer from, you know, 2012 or whenever the fucking shit came out. And it's like, wow, this looks like shit. So, you know, and I can't play GTA 5 anymore. It is so, compared to Red Dead 2. And Red Dead 2 is, you know, is on 2013 hardware. You're not understanding. You're not ready. None of you in here are ready. Not the 200 people in here in the high school gym. You're not ready. You don't even have a PS5, so obviously you're not fucking ready. That's why this isn't coming out. Because if GTA 6 were to come out right now, it probably wouldn't do well. To be honest, you have to wait a few more years here. So you're telling me that you don't think that the grass is going to grow, and that NPCs aren't going to be able to fucking? You're telling me that NPCs aren't going to be able to? They're not going to have to come out and mow their lawns. Okay, so how do you make a detailed game and you don't incorporate things like that? Have you not read it? I'm done. I'm not even going to discuss in here. Some of y'all are on. Obviously something. I mean, it's just, dude, you could type it in GTA 6. And this was years ago. I remember reading this article where they patented this AI thing. Like, I mean, I'm not even joking, bro. This is on a whole AI. I think it was AI driving or something. This was years ago. Check this out. Oh, no, 2022. Here we go. A new system designed by Rockstar devs could improve NPCs in GTA 6. Take-Two's new patent could hint at GTA video game. The patent, which attempts to trademark a system and method for virtual navigation in a gaming environment. This is in 2020, dude. You guys are not fucking ready, dude. I'm gonna cry talking about it. Like, I mean, I don't even know what the game's gonna entail, but I'm telling you, dude, if you guys can't appreciate GTA 6, I'm banning everyone in here. If you guys are still around. Probably won't be, but I'm done. You know, you guys want to go out and consume slop and just, oh, this is a 10 out of 10. You guys, these rookie scores in here like, oh yeah, this new game's amazing. Let's give it a 9 out of 10. How is Resident Evil 4 Remake a 10 out of 10 when you got GTA 6, a game that's just going to be so fucking mind-blowing and so revolutionary? I mean, you guys, you're not ready. And there was another thing about the water. You're not ready. Look at Red Dead 2 and ask yourself, it can't be, at the very worst, GTA 6 is going to be on that same level. But that's at the very worst. At the very best, it's going to be light years ahead of Red Dead Redemption 2. You're not ready. You're not ready. You think they've been jacking off all day for fucking 10 years straight? No. No one gives a shit about what these dumbasses say. Like, oh, online's trash, share cards this, share cards that. No one gives a fuck. You're not understanding. Well, you don't care. So, for example, each NPC can define its own specific characteristics when driving. An NPC driving a sports car on a sunny day, for example, might accelerate far harder than one driving a van in the rain. Holy fuck. I mean, just think about it like that, bro. Did you just listen? They could have different driving styles based off of what they're driving. They could have different driving styles based off of what. That's not even a thing. You didn't even think of that, and now it's a thing. It could be a thing in GTA 6. They could have different driving styles based off the fucking vehicle. All the vehicles drive the same. The NPCs anyway. It is the most revolutionary video game in existence. This was from 2020, dude. NPCs could be able to... Oh my god. Whatever, dude. You guys are weird. I'm done. I'm done talking to you guys. You guys are weird. You can't appreciate anything. That's why you just... You know, when you laugh at me and say the grass growing mechanic's not going to be in the game, and then when it is, I'm going to say, well, remember that stream 4 years ago? The NPCs have to mow their lawn in GTA 6. I don't know what to tell you. Dude, they've already done it. Watch Dogs Legion has NPCs in a destination. You're not understanding the systems are there. You're just not giving it the time of day. Dude, in Red Dead Redemption 2, NPCs go to their destinations. Now, is it totally, you know, realistic? No. But, you know, it's Red Dead, and they had to design it for old hardware. Whatever, dude. We're going to start banning people in here that just... You can't appreciate Rockstar. See you later. I'm done. This is why the gaming industry is in the shitter. Because you guys don't care about any of these details. Like, oh, it's so fucking pointless. But then you'll watch a 20-minute video on YouTube showcasing all the, you know, little details so you can write little comment for attention. Yeah, I mean, it's just a bunch of fake gamer bullshit. That's what it is. Fake gamer bullshit. Sad. Yeah, they're going to have the grass... They had the grass-growing mechanic in Bully, you idiot! Yeah, well, you think GTA 6 is coming out next year? You're an idiot. You think GTA 6 is coming out next year? Banned. They've been making this game for years now. I don't know what you're smoking, dude. Get these fake gamers out of here. Get these fake gamers out of here. You're telling me... Yeah, you could shovel snow too. You could shovel snow too in Bully. Dude, they wanted to do... I remember reading that. They said they wanted the grass to grow in Bully, but they couldn't make it work. And it's like, yeah, that sounds dumb as shit, but I mean, that's the insanity level of detail that Rockstar gets into. I mean, they have a horse... The horse testicles shrink in Red Dead 2. Now, have I ever tested that out to see? No, because I'm not a weirdo. But I believe it's in there. Why was that needed? It wasn't needed. Well, here's the thing. They don't even... Banned. GTA 6 leaks look like trash. That's because it's an old build, you dumbass. Bro, you can't look at that leak and ask, whatever, dude, I'm not even gonna do it. I would probably say 2020. It's coming next year. Yeah, okay, dude. Okay, so you tell me, you know everything that Rockstar is doing right, No, it ain't gonna be 2028, dude. Bro, they didn't just start working on this game. Are you fucking dumb? Jesus Christ. Like, look at the leaked footage and understand that was from years ago. Like, y'all are acting like they just started working on GTA 6 last year. What the fuck? Damn. Okay, so you tell me then, you know how Rockstar is going to release this game. How are they going to do it? They're going to tease it later this year? They're going to tease, because this year's the 10th anniversary for GTA 5. It's the 10-year anniversary for GTA 5 this year. And not only is it that, but it's also the 5th anniversary for Red Dead Redemption 2. So if they're going to update anything or do anything with that, then, I don't know. They might update Red Dead Redemption 2 later this year. They might throw out the 60 frames update. If they don't, who cares? Because that would take resources up from GTA 6. No one cares about Max Payne Remake, bro. Oh, they confirmed it today? Good, I'm glad. So they can destroy that too. It's gonna be junk. You guys have hope for a Max Payne remake? From modern day Remedy, that pretentious bullshit storytelling? Oh, God. Yeah, I have good graphics, but they're gonna rewrite that story. Anything that seems like it's going to be offensive, they're throwing that out the fucking window. So, I mean, I don't remember what was offensive in Max Payne, but I'm sure there's moments that will not be in there. Yeah, but the graphics will be badass. That's one thing that it will do right. The graphics and the destructibility in Max Payne, and since it's linear, they can do a lot with that. So, I think from a technical standpoint it'll be good, but I don't know about writing or the direction of the story. I don't know if that'll be intact. They'll have to water that down because, can't piss anyone off. We don't need Undead Nightmare, dude. Red Dead's dead. Red Dead Redemption, there's no reason. Why would you guys buy things for online? If you want to be social, get outside and talk to people. Why are you playing video games online? That's not how I'm done. I'm not even going to jump into it. Don't buy video games for the online components unless it's an always online game. That's different. Dude, I didn't give a shit about the online for Red Dead 2. And you shouldn't have either, because it was trash. It was trash from day one. I played it for 20 minutes and I'm like, wow, this sucks. I don't, it's junk. It doesn't fit the game. It's like they just threw it in there because they saw the success of GTA Online. But it's Red Dead, they knew that less people are going to buy Red Dead than GTA. It's just no one wants to play horse fucking cowboy simulator. They don't Brokeback Mountain. I would have rather played a Brokeback Mountain game than that game. Exactly. Multiplayer games are trash. There you go. Multiplayer games are trash. Online era took off in 360. Yep. Well, that's when I stopped. After that, I stopped playing online. Well, I switched to PS3, I believe, because it was free online, and I said, well, why would you pay for Xbox Live when you can play for free on PS3? And then, PS4 came out, and all of a sudden they copied Xbox, and it's like, well, I don't care about online. Because no one talks to each other anymore anyway. It's just a bunch of fucking... You might as well play with bots. If the social aspect isn't going to be there, there's no point to play online. Like, that's literally the only reason to play online, is the social component to it. If people are afraid to talk to one another because everyone's got social anxiety, then there's no point to have it online. There's no point to play online. I mean, the new Star Wars isn't fucking online. This has no multiplayer.
It's over!
You guys love that?
I steal
That's what we're
popular
talking
names
about. Hell yeah,
like
by the way, appreciate it.
$10. Shout out to bald lesbian coming in real hard and real strong with the Switch.
He stepped up to the
Tears
plate,
of the
baby.
Kingdom may be one of the few decent games this year. For once, it is not over. In fact, it is beginning.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what it entails. We'll see. Popular names, hell yeah, bro. Appreciate it. Coming through with a 10. I never played RDR Online 2 because it breaks immersion. That's an interesting point, bro. I had that feeling too. I just thought it didn't translate well. It was like, okay, here's the single player game. It's a quality, immersive, slow burn. And then you jump into the online and you got a bunch of stupid idiots playing this shit. And it's like, it's kind of an insult to the single player portion of the game. That's how I felt when I played the online. It just did not work well. Now, GTA is different because actually, no, I disagree as well, because in GTA Online, you can like fucking get the jetpack now and fly around like you're Harry fucking Houdini with like space outfits and gear and shit like that. Like, it's just so fucking silly and ridiculous. You got unicorns in there. It's like Saints Row, and that's not initially what GTA 5 was. I mean, they had, the most wacky shit was, the UFO Mount Chiliad crap, which that turned out to be nothing. But I'm sure with GTA 6, they should have a crazy mystery in there that would take years to figure out, but these days you can't. Does anyone know if Star Wars is this a game that allows, is there a modding community for this, the Star Wars Jedi Survivor, or no? Or did EA say you can't mod Star Wars? Because are you able to mod the Star Wars game? The previous one? No, I agree. I mean, Fortnite, yeah, the multiplayer games are carrying the industry, but I'm saying they're just not good. When you get older, you'll see. When you get older, you will care less about, well, maybe some of you won't, but most of you guys, I would argue, are in your early 20s. The original Red Dead worked a lot better because the game was arcadey to begin with, or at least. So, it was more simple. So there was less. The more shit they add to the online modes, the worse it is. It's like, with GTA 5, they wanted to play Life Simulator, and, they built a little foundation, and then modders throughout the last 10 years have amplified that, and now Rockstar has to natively incorporate that shit into the game. Dude, if GTA 6 Online comes out and it's not on that level, then I have no idea what... You know what I mean? That would be surprising. You're 31? Well, you're young. 31, that's 29, Unreal. Well, let's think of some ideas on what you want to see in GTA 6 in terms of small details like that. I think the grass will grow. Should the big debate has been for years, should GTA have it where you can fill up your gas tank in the cars? Should you be able to put gasoline in your cars and stuff like that? Mafia 2 did that. But some gamers say they don't want that because it's not, you know, they don't want to real. But you look at Red Dead Redemption 2 and they added the health cores and, you know, all that other shit. And, you know, you didn't really need to do it, but it was there. So I think they're going to go in that direction with it. I think they're going to add the Red Dead Redemption 2 little things there with the health cores and stuff like that. And you got to maintain the player. You know, it's like San Andreas really. Grass will even turn brown and green depending if it rains enough. Okay, now we're getting now you're getting, dude. If it does shit like that, that will be revolutionary, and people will fucking, ooh, that's stupid, Michael. Who gives you shit? People will go to funerals. Okay, now you're getting, dude. Shut the whole industry down. If Rockstar goes to that level, just stop buying every fucking game. If they have... No. If someone gets injured or something, they'll go to the hospital. They do that in Watch Dogs Legion. I mean, it says that. I mean, you obviously can't go see it. But, like, dude... Now you're getting a little crazy. I don't know about all that, dude. They're gonna have funerals and shit. Like, dude, now we're getting a little crazy.
It's over.
You guys, dude.
Smurf super chatted $10.
They don't do that in Red Dead 2.
To 4 online was 10 times better. The game modes were so ridiculously fun. To 5 online is just little kids flying around in jets destroying you. To 6 is supposed to drop with an RP mode that would be good.
Yeah, well, they're going to have to natively... Well, I mean, they've already did it. That's what GTA 5 initially was. You get your own apartment, you know, hustle, and you know, it was a life simulator, but on a very primitive level. And then the modders said, well, we want more out of this, and then everyone started to jump in and role play and things like that. So no, but it's natively going to be built in, absolutely. If they miss on that opportunity, they're just dumb to not have that natively built in. So it's like, you know, because it essentially stomps out the modding community when you have it natively built in, you know. And they, you know, I think Take-Two frowns upon that shit, seemingly. So the what's your name? Smurf, Gary from the Vault, rather. Gary from the Vault. But the GTA 4 Online was better because it was about fun. It wasn't about simulating this or, you know, having this economy within this online or any of that bullshit. It was just about there's these game modes here. There's free roam, jump in, have fun, and that's why it worked. The simplicity, the simplistic nature of GTA 4 Online. That's why it worked, and that's why Red Dead Redemption, the first one, worked in my opinion a lot better as well. No, this guy's talking about the funerals and things. Like, come on, bro. Now, I want to hear some more ideas from this guy because that's never been done before in a video game, dude. That's never been done. Floods, earthquakes, and tornadoes. Well, there's no. I don't know if there's tornadoes in Florida, but definitely hurricanes. Live concerts. That's a good one. Yeah, I think they need to do things like that. But how do you... There's no way, dude. You can't do a live... It would have to be... You're going to have to... Jesus Christ, they would have to build a neural net within the fucking game. Like, you would literally have... Like, on an AI level. If you're taught... Because what they do is they do these events for missions. Like, you know, in GTA 5, you can go to the fucking stadium that you can't go back into ever again. So they set that up just for that mission. But there's nothing like, there's not a dynamic open world schedule. You would have to build a neural net right into that son of a bitch. And everyone would just have to live their life within the game in order to do that. How would you despawn people? How would you despawn NPCs? This is some nerdy ass game development talk, but I mean, it's just like, this is the shit I'd love to ask. Like, because I know people, I guarantee these conversations are, you know, nerdy ass developers love talking about this shit. I'm assuming. So it's like, I'm just thinking of how they. So you're saying because they did show that in the GTA 6 leak. There was an amphitheater, and they had a bunch of seats. But if you're telling me that they're going to have dynamic concerts and shit like that, and you know the band sets up, I mean you're talking. Well, I mean that's why they've been working on it for 10 years. No, there's no way, bro. I don't know if it's going to be that. I mean, there's limitations on everything. Bro. You can't. Now we're getting crazy here. Now we're getting a little crazy. Because how would you unload it and load it? Like, there's no way.
6 should have crazy features. Like if you go into a restaurant and watch someone make food in the back, I better be seeing every little item come out individually to be put out on that pizza.
Okay. Well, they already eat their food in Red Dead Redemption 2, but they don't really do anything after that. I don't know, dude. Well, I'm just thinking, it's like, yeah, you can throw these ideas out, but it's like, how do you? Maybe they need another 10 years to make the game that you guys want. I mean, bro, I was just talking about simple features like the fucking grass growing and stuff, and you guys were like talking about funerals and live dynamic concerts and events and like, well, you know, it's like if you put a sports stadium in the fucking game, it's like, why isn't that utilized? You know what I mean? Like, that shit would be fucking insane. In Watch Dogs 1, they have the opening scene where you're in the stadium and all the lights go off in the stadium and shit like that. But it's only for a story thing. So, it's you know, I'm tired of these games having set pieces for the story. No, I'm talking like small. This guy's saying that there's going to be bands and they're going to load in, they're going to do sound check. Like now we're getting, maybe for a mission or something. I mean, there's nothing that's ever been done to that extent before that I know of anyway. There's no fucking way. There should be the NPCs. No, they should incorporate a social media system within the game. A social media system, like you can record stuff from your phone and you can upload it to the in-game internet and you can see how many, like, so they could just build a whole YouTube within the game. At least for the online aspect. Well, what are you guys talking about? Dude, they got horse testicles shrinking in Red Dead 2. No. No, some of these are terrible ideas. Some of you guys are getting fucking insane. Now you got the expectations way too high. You got the expectations way too fucking high, bro. Now, I don't even want to talk about GTA 6 now because you guys are going overboard with the expectation. Like, dude, ain't none of that. Let's just go back to Star Wars. Consume this and love it for what it is because you guys have expectations that are too high. You want fucking funerals, you want fucking dynamic concerts and shit like that. And it's like, bro, there's not a way to do that, bro. There's really not. How can you have a dynamic? Let me ask you this. You're going to have to load in hundreds, if not thousands of NPCs within this little area. So that means if the player leaves, they're going to all have to disappear. If they come back, they're going to have to resume. Like, there's no way they can technically pull that off, bro.
Snurf super chatted $10. To 6 so advanced if you spend enough time playing basketball, you can make it into the NBA, then be a gangster NBA player balling on the balance.
Bro, how could you? We have to talk to game developers. Jesus Christ, I want to talk to engineers, not fucking. I gotta ask these questions. Like, let's theoretically let's come up with the game and let's say how do you know, is that even fucking possible? Because they know how the engines work. They know the memory limitations and shit like that. I mean, motherfucker. Let's start banning some losers in here. I mean, you know, it's just ridiculous. Watching full-length movies. They've already done that in The Darkness. The Darkness has a movie in the game, and you go on a date with her. It's on 360. You can watch the whole movie in the game. That's boring. Who wanted a funeral? Well, then why do they have graveyards then? I don't want movie sets in a game. You have to at least... I don't know how you do it. I mean, look at Watch Dogs Legion. That's not a good example. I don't know, dude. There's no way to do it. There's no way to do it, bro. No, they've already figured that out. You guys want dynamic sporting events, dynamic concerts, you know, for 4th of July, maybe they can have like a big fireworks thing. You know what I mean? Like Halloween. Okay, now I'm done. Now we're getting crazy. Now we're getting fucking crazy, bro. It would take them 100 years to make the game that you guys want to make. It would take them 100 years, bro. High on Life has 3 full movies in it? Huh. Oh, Gary from the Vault came through. What'd you say? Oh, the NBA thing. Okay. Ricky the Dragon coming through. Star Wars Jedi is like Sekiro, but easy. And, why push these boring open world games? GTA is old. Okay, buddy. The GTA 6 budget is $100 million? That ain't nothing. Shedman was that. What are you talking about, dude? This is going to be like $500 million. No. You have to think of... You guys are getting too... Why don't you program it then? Jesus Christ. You guys want dynamic concerts? Name one game that has done that. I'll wait. Dynamic concerts? It doesn't exist, bro. An open world game where they... I don't think we're there yet on a technical level. Maybe if this game came out on PS6 at the end of the PS6 life cycle or some shit like that, maybe. But even then, you're imagining a game that's like 50 years in the making. Guys, it's not going to be a life simulator, but it is going to get closer to that because they want to sell you the illusion. I don't care about... I'm not talking about the online. Fuck the online. The online's for fucking losers. I don't know what Armored Core is. Left 4 Dead 2 had that? What are you talking about? Go to an actual concert? Shut your bitch ass up, bro. You don't even step outside your fucking parents' basement, bro. I'm outside right now yelling at my fucking computer. Like, what are you doing? Go to an actual concert. I mean, I agree, but like, bro, don't act like you go to an actual concert. Fortnite has dynamic concerts. Yeah, but that's like an online of that. No, yeah, but... Well, then they're going to do it. But it's only going to be for online. But let me ask you this. In Red Dead Redemption 2, they said all of this was already in Red Dead Redemption 2, and it's not. If you stand by one of the shops in Red Dead Redemption 2, they said the shopkeeper will close and leave. That's not what happens, bro. Test it out, bro. They just stand there. I mean, unless it was a glitch in my version. Billie Eilish should be in the game? Okay, dude. Yeah, bring the cheat codes back. There are events versus time 2 discs. Oh yeah, it'll definitely be maybe 3 discs. Sims will never go the GTA distance. They don't even have. They have dynamic concerts in The Sims. Wait a minute, this has already been done before then. Whoa, the fucking Sims has already done. The Sims has already done this.
Smurf
Oh my God,
$10.
They've already did this.
Everyone's so excited for to 6, but then it turns out the game is about a guy who's a Twitch streamer trying to get into Twitch, and then they don't let him in, and he forms a gang and takes over Amazon.
What are you smoking, dude? They've already done this with The Sims. They have funerals in The Sims? You guys are trolling now. I mean, I remember the Grim Reaper comes in the old Sims. I haven't played The Sims in a long time. They already, hold on, they already patented dynamic events with GTA 5 VI. What's VI? 6? Wait, they actually did what we're talking about? You guys are making the GTA 6 dynamic events. Did they really? What the fuck? Hold on. In-game world events? Bro, they're literally doing it. Oh my God. What? Backyard wrestling ring, basketball court? There's a dairy farm. Oh my God. If this is a fishing museum, music video. Oh, this fucking game leaked. There's gonna be yard sales? Oh my God! There's gonna be yard sales? Oh, Jesus Christ, baby. Dude, they're gonna set up a garage sale. Oh my God. I didn't know all this leaked. What the fuck? It's gonna be. Oh. I mean, if any of that's true, bro. Let me see. Oh my God, bro. No one's ready. I hope they don't release this game, because this current era of gamers don't appreciate shit like this. So I don't even. Maybe they should just cancel it. Dude, if they have yard sale, dude, that's fucking crazy, bro. All I did was just type in GTA 6 dynamic events, and people have figured it out from the source code that leaked or some shit. I don't know. They should use procedural generated. They've already done that in Watch Dogs Legion. Have you not played it? Jesus Christ. They've already done that in Watch Dogs Legion. There's a lot of very interesting ideas of Watch Dogs Legion. It's just it didn't come together all the way. And they had to scale the game back in other aspects. Cloud mechanic? You're saying you have to be connected? Don't shill GTA 6? Yard sales sound silly? Shut up, you're such a fucking... How does that sound silly? You're so stupid, dude. But I bet you're like in some fucking roleplay server too, like wasting your entire existence fucking in a virtual world, like Jesus Christ. But yard sales sound stupid, right? You know, I mean, come on, bro. How does yard sales sound stupid? It's a part of the fucking open... I'd never even thought of that until I just read it. I'm like, well, wait a minute, you know what? Gee Williker.
It's over! Ricky the Mad Dragon's Oing Super Chatted $5. The reason store owners don't close store in RDR2 cause the player isn't meant to see it. That's why windows are black and not see-through.
Huh. Well, that sucks. Yeah, you have to go away and then the store's closed. But in Shenmue, in Shenmue... I'm just trying to think here. I mean, maybe Starfield's going to be on this level. I mean, I don't think it's going to be on that level, but you know, I mean, they've already done this. They've already done this type of stuff, just not to the scale. You can do this shit in a linear game, like very easy. Well, not very easily, but still, you know, it's obviously been done before. Look at Shenmue from 1999. You know, all it takes is a big budget and a fucking driven team, and you can pull it off. But you know, to do that on a massive map, I don't know how they would... It would be much trickier. But, I mean, it's Rockstar. They've had years of experience with GTA, so... If this is truly going to be built from the ground up, then... Is there any good game to play? Nope. Nope, because this is trash. I played it last night. If you missed out, well, we're not playing it again because it's a snooze fest. Unless you guys really want to see that. I mean, we've already seen the whole game. I mean, you just climb shit like you're playing Titanfall and do the wall run shit, platforming garbage. Terrible. It's terrible. Apparently they had to rewrite the story plenty of times eventually landed on two protagonists. Well, that's good. We don't need we don't need, you know. She don't love it, it's so sad. She don't love it, it's so sad. No, people. I think that's a misconception. They're putting less time into the story mode. I disagree. I think it will have as much character. No. I mean, obviously the online's going to be. Is that a scratch? Can't tell.
Gary from the Vault super chatted $5. Every game this year has sucked my gigantic-sized Las Plagas.
It's been a terrible year for gaming. Anyone saying otherwise is a shill. Name one good game that's come out this year. Specifically this year. Name one good game. I haven't played it. I played all of the big releases this year, and they've all been terrible. The highest rated game right now is Metroid Prime Remastered. That's a GameCube game, bro. The highest rated Metacritic game in 2023 is literally from the GameCube era. Think about that, bro. Think about that. That's ridiculous. Now, look, the year's not over. I mean, we got Zelda coming out, massive game. Starfield, Spider-Man 2. Goes on and on and on, but there's only, we'll have to wait and see. She don't love. It's so sad. She don't love. So sad. She don't love. What do you want me to say about Jerry Springer? You guys act like I knew Jerry Springer. It's over. Jesus Christ, like rip Jerry Springer. I mean,
Snurf super chatted
like he was my fucking uncle or something, dude.
Six taking your dog to get groomed before the dog fights.
Okay.
I'm not affiliated with these fake Gary from the Vault Speedy W.
Of course. Well, you know, they seethe. That's what we're talking about. Smurf coming through. When has there ever been a good year for gaming? Well, you know, that's a great question. I have to really think. But it hasn't been, you know, it's been over 10 years. It's been over a decade. You can play Street Fighter 6 right now. Why would you wait until June? You can play it right now. She don't love. It's so sad. She don't love. So sad. She don't love. So sad. Well, yeah, Todd Howard. We got Todd Howard. This is Bethesda. It's Todd Howard, veteran developers at the forefront. Creation Engine 2. I mean, what's there not to love? It's over. I mean, if you want me to play more of Star Wars, I will, but I have really no desire to.
Gary from the Vault super chatted $10.
Oh, gee,
I'm the real Gary. I'm not affiliated with those fake Garys either.
There you go, Gary from the Vault coming through. Max Payne. Who says Max? Stop talking about Max Payne in here, dude. You guys are going to shill that woke slop? Dude, the remake's going to censor the whole blood trails, all that shit, bro. You're going to really shill for better graphics and a shittier, watered-down story of an iconic game? Yeah, of course you would, because you voted for fucking... Sad. Because they didn't make Fallout 76. It's a different team. Just because there's multiple teams at Bethesda. And when I played Fallout 76, it really wasn't. I mean, it wasn't. It wasn't. Well, you can watch my review. Yeah, it's just going to be a control reskin. It'll have better destruction and better graphics and amazing lighting and shit like that. But I mean, outside of the graphics and the destruction, like I don't think it'll be better. I don't think it'll be better. But you'll have a bunch of shills saying it's better than the original. Like, oh yeah, this remake's fucking massive. You get a 10 on IGN. I mean, shouldn't take them that long to make the game though. It's linear as fuck. You can just copy and paste the apartments, you know, all of that area. It's really not that hard of a game to make. Should be out by next year. At least the trailer should. She don't know, so sad. Yeah, exactly. Well, it's just the haters, you know. They wanna, you know, say Starfield's gonna be shit. It's the PlayStation fanboys is really what it is. You know, they just want to bring up Fallout 70 because they're mad they're not gonna be able to play it on PlayStation. Name one good game that's come out this year. I played them all. I played Forspoken, I played Dead Space Remake, I played RE4 Remake, I played Star Wars Jedi Survivor, I played all of the games that have come out this year, and they're all terrible. None of them are interesting at all. It's the same old shit, dude. Like, at least put some new shit on the screen for me, man. You know? Like, let's bring something new to the table. Name one developer that's doing that right now. Damn. Like, imagine working at a studio for years and years on a game that's just soulless, palatable slop for the normies, that doesn't do anything to change up. Like, it just does. Why does it exist? Oh, Jesus Christ. Atomic Heart? That's trash. Oh, I forgot about those two games. That's how fucking forgettable they are. Hogwarts Legacy? Fucking stupid idiot, bro. Hogwarts Legacy? How is that even good? It's trash. Hogwarts Legacy was one of the biggest disappointments because you could have done something really cool there with that whole lore, that universe, but they did the fucking bare minimum, bro. So, Atomic Heart is trash. Dead Island 2, I forgot about that game too. Oh my god, all of the games are mid, bro. Even if they had somewhat of a good idea on paper, it didn't really, there's no meat on the bone there. I played all those games. I don't remember half of them. I played all of the releases this year. They've been all terrible. I already told you, I said Starfield and GTA 6. You know, fuck me for liking quality games, right? You know? That's why only the best in the world can pull it off, because you guys don't appreciate game design. You don't get it. Sad. I literally just said Starfield and GTA 6. Shut down and shut up. Quit projecting your thoughts about the industry on me, because I just said two games. And, you know, the best game we played this year that didn't come out this year was fucking Iron Lung. Because you know what? It brought something new to the table. I've never played a game like that before. You got to navigate a submarine using the coordinates. Never played anything like that before. Now, it didn't come out this year. It came out like last year, year and a half ago, whenever. But nonetheless, we played it this year, so. Yeah, Max Payne 3, I bought that day one. And it came with the original game, too, on PSN. Yeah, I have Max Payne 3. I buy every Rockstar game, okay? If you want to say I'm a fanboy, we are a Rockstar fanboy. But, you know, it doesn't mean that every game they put out is 100% perfect, especially Red Dead 2 and some of GTA 5. Jedi Survivor could be DLC, no new animations, barely new boss fights, Force Unleashed still has better comp. Exactly, yep. Yeah, it's just basically an expansion pass. If you were able to make a game, what would you want to make that is actually going to keep you... It would just have to be a fresh, new, exciting concept. And if we can't think of one, then we don't make the game. I mean, it's, you know, even on a small scale. I mean, you know, if you're going to make a horror game, for example, first-person horror game, it's like you're going to have to do something different with it. And if you can't think of anything to do with it, then don't even try to make it. Because you have to have something there. The industry just puts out palatable software. You're not understanding. I don't know what to tell you, David. If you don't get it, you don't get it. Like, I don't know what else I need you to... You know, it's the same old shit, dude. Yeah, Sons of the Forest, it's worse than its predecessor, bro. Well, you guys can hate on Zelda, but guess what? The Nintendo fanboys are ruthless, so... I mean, we are going to have to make videos on it, though. I don't really know what to say about it, but we'll see. Max Payne 3 was a gimmick game. I don't know about that. It was their own version of Max Payne, which some people didn't like. But, you know, on a technical level, it's one of the best third-person shooter games of all time. Where are the fake Star Wars fans? They didn't. They couldn't be bothered to show up. Couldn't be bothered to show up. So sad. It would have been fun arguing with the fake Star Wars fans, but unfortunately, just couldn't happen. I played, yeah, I have Manhunt 2 on the Wii, bro. In this current industry, what would you want them to make? It would make you happy, because I'm not sure what people want out of a game. It will keep them interesting. I don't know what that means, bro. Dude, I just told you Starfield, like, bro, I don't know. We just want to play something that's fucking worthwhile. Like, of actually playing. I don't understand how that doesn't make sense. I don't want to play, you know, flavor of the month every month. I mean, that's boring, bro. That's boring. No, you couldn't make a game like Manhunt again. There's no fucking way. Not, especially not the Rockstar of today. There's just no way. It wouldn't. I mean, it don't. Literally couldn't do it. So we're not going to talk about that in here, because I'm done with that meme. Oh, I want a Manhunt 3. It's like, yeah, I'm sure you guys do. You guys are sick in the fucking head. I don't know, dude. It's time to move on from your Manhunt fantasies and your fucking Bully 2 fantasies. Like, it ain't happening. The shit ain't happening. Just, you know, it's just the reality of it. It's the Rockstar of today. They're busy on GTA 6, and if you're not down with that, then, you know, go buy a PS2 and play your old fucking games that, you know, will satisfy you. I don't know, dude. Gaming Media Shield. Exactly. Look. I got it right up on the screen. Boom. Yeah, they shield it. They shield it as, you know, acting as if they didn't have problems with it, and all of a sudden people are saying, well, wait a minute, this isn't playing like it should or performing like it should. So, you know, the narrative here doesn't make sense. It's a 10 out of 10. It's a 10 out of 10. It's a 9.5 out of 10. 9.4 out of 10. You know, all these great, incredible scores, and, you know, even on console it doesn't. So I don't know what game they played, but obviously it just doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense to me, bro. Got the good senators coming. We got the confirmation right here. Here we go, baby. They ain't ready. I'll tell you what, we got this high energy in here. I mean, I'm not even ready on a technical level. I mean, we're going to figure the audio situation out. You know, the good senator comes out here, he's got real loud. And it's crazy. Unbelievable. They shilled it, yeah, they shilled it. Well, you know, it's funny how you know, Shillup made a video today, and he says he doesn't recommend Star Wars Jedi Survivor because the technical problems were preventing the game from shining, because he said the game was good, but he said it was too rusty on PC. It was too terrible to recommend on PC anyway at this time. But, you know, he's the guy that shilled Cyberpunk day one on PC, which was a disaster as well, even on, you know, PC. So, you know, it's just the hypocritical bias snug. You know, and I was thinking about shilling this game today because everyone turned on it overnight, like, oh yeah, this fucking sucks. But 4 days ago, they were kissing its ass about how it's the next fucking revolutionary Star Wars experience, you know? I mean, it's ridiculous. It really is ridiculous. You know, did ACG mention how fucking busted this game was when he played it? I bet he barely talks about it for more than 2 minutes. You know what I mean? It's just a load of crock. Or any reviewer for that matter. You know, they wanted to downplay the technical issues and pretend like, well, you know, it runs okay. Few hiccups in frame rate, but overall 9 out of 10. And it's like, really? Unbelievable. Little Nightmare, bro. Oh my God, bro. That's puzzle trash, dude. It has no new content, laugh out loud. Does it really have no new content? I didn't play the first one that well, but I remember the first one being graphically a little bit more impressive, but maybe that's just because... Shillup released his video after release so people didn't... Dr. Disrespect is playing Star Wars. Yeah. Well, either that or, yeah, I don't know. Well, you know, if you're in bed with EA, why would you want to bite the hand that feeds you? I don't... Like, you just have to put yourself in their shoes and, you know, if they're sending you free shit, early access, and it's like, why would you want to... You guys gotta subscribe from shill channels, dude. I swear, bro. You guys gotta, like, there has to be at least... Because it's the same video from all these creators. It's literally just the same video, regurgitation of the same talking points. And I swear they get together in some chat room before they put their videos up, too, to make sure that everyone's on the same page, because we want to have the general consensus opinion here. We don't want to offend anyone. That's the main goal with these big YouTube channels, is that, you know, the main mission statement is we don't want to offend anyone. And that's why some people didn't review Hogwarts Legacy. Because they were like, well, we might lose a lot of subscribers if we say it's bad or if we say it's good. You know, damned if you do, damned if you don't, because it was too controversial for some reviewers to you know, it was too political, so they didn't want to review it. And you know, if you don't have the balls to come out and say how this game performs just on a fundamental video game level, then you should not be reviewing video games. I'm sorry, buddy, but that's just a load of fucking bullshit. That's what that is. That's a load of fucking bullshit. You know, if you don't have the balls to review controversial games, then don't even review them at all, because you're just essentially an extension of the PR team. You know, that's why they do less marketing for these games, because they can do the marketing for free on YouTube here. They can just call these shills up and they're like, oh, hell yeah, I want that opportunity. You know, so it's ridiculous. Well, I mean, there's at least 2 or 3 reviewers that decided to not cover Hogwarts Legacy. And I know why. Well, ACG says he buys his games afterwards, but he's still getting the code early, so, you know, he's still in bed with publishers. I mean, look, I would, if he just came out and bought his games when they released and did his reviews like that, well, he probably wouldn't have the fan base, because that early access gets you, you know, a head start. Yeah, and if you were to go out and buy the game when it comes out, then you don't have the head start. So What do you think of indie games? Never heard of them. Never heard of those games. Well, that's why Xbox should buy up all of these studios, and Xbox should just own the entire games industry. I'm not kidding. Just a complete total takeover from Xbox. At this point, that's what needs to happen. Imagine everything Game Pass day one. You don't have to buy games anymore. Now, granted, they would probably up the price of Game Pass if it ever came down to something crazy like that. But still, it's better than Why are you guys laughing at Game Pass? If PlayStation did the same thing, you would be shilling it. If PlayStation did a PlayStation Pass or something, you guys would be like, oh, it's the most revolutionary thing ever. But since Xbox, I thought Phil Spencer was going to turn the ship around. That was the narrative like 4 years ago. And in my opinion, I think he has done so. It's just people are not understanding the current Xbox sort of landscape. I don't think people understand it fully, and as such, they don't understand it. They lash out at it and say it's trash, and like, oh, Game Pass is killing the industry, and fuck this shit, and fuck that. GameFly is still around. You can still use GameFly. I don't know. PlayStation actually has quality games. Yeah, okay, like Forspoken, It's a great game. I bet you bought that for $70 on PlayStation, didn't you? How is Game Pass a joke, dude? You guys would be shilling this if PlayStation did the same thing. Well, these studios don't know how to make games anymore. That's just the reality of it. They don't know how to make games anymore. I honestly think it's just come down to that. It's either the modern engines are just too complex and sophisticated, or there's too much pressure on the devs. So. Well, I'm not saying Game Pass is there's nothing really to play. I mean, yeah, the Play Pass for Play. Well, PlayStation will eventually do something very similar. I'm surprised they haven't done so already. They already copied with the PlayStation Plus catalog or some shit, but it isn't the same. Because what they need to do is incorporate a system that says you have the first-party titles there day one, like fucking Spider-Man 2 and shit like that. Game Pass games get smaller budgets. Who cares? They're giving them a platform. You think half of those people would have played Hi-Fi Rush? Well, the real developers don't want to. They're retired. Phil Fish, yeah. Yeah. Well, like I said, the good senator's coming tomorrow, and hopefully you guys are ready. not sure if I am. So, might have some big content here for you. We'll see. But that is the plan to get Senator tomorrow. And we will see how the cookie crumbles. We can play Star Wars again, but I have really no desire to, so. Well, they said MLB The Show wasn't ever, you know, once it came to Game Pass, the PlayStation fanboy said it wasn't ever good to begin with. Yeah, there you go. Armored Core 6. There you go. Armored Core 6. If you're not ready, we can do another call. I mean, I'm ready. What you mean, homie? I'm just trolling. I don't think they are, though. This Chad in here ain't ready. I'm falling asleep. Jeez. I'm falling asleep out here. Unbelievable. But, you know, if you want to give me a ring, PS5 games have been at 30 frames. Who cares about frame rate, dude? How many PS4 games had 30 frames? All of them. You guys are shills, dude. Go play Jedi Survivor. Well, I don't particularly want to, but I mean, it is the newest thing on the scene, so. Because I already know what it's going to entail, just more fucking lightsaber slop. Are you going to play Armored Core 6? I've never played any of those games, or I don't know what that is. It's probably just you get in a machine, and I don't even know what those are.
It's over!
Gary from the Vault coming through.
Nerf super chatted $10. Little known fact. PlayStation actually pays studios to not put their games on Game Pass.
Really? There you go. Smurf coming through with a 10. Hell yeah, by the way, appreciate it. Is RE4 better in your opinion than Star Wars? Probably. I mean, that's Star Wars. It's just not good. You gotta milk the cow? Who, you? Then you better go do that. Do you recommend RE4, Michael? Well, if you can find it on sale. If you can find it on sale. It was a total disaster. 10 frames with the 4090. I don't know about that. That sounds fake, bro. 10 frames? There's no fucking way, bro. That sounds like something's wrong on your end, bro. I really doubt this game is performing that terribly. That doesn't sound like it's gonna be. It's gonna be too much. It's gonna be insane, bro. It's gonna be insane. What do you think about Hogwarts? Oh, I've already covered that extensively. It's not good. Should have been on Game Pass. There you go. I mean, we can play Star Wars again, but I don't really want to do it. But, you know, if that's what you guys want, I'm fine with, you know, making that exception. We can try and get to the first planet at least. I don't... Best game of this year. Iron Lung. Didn't release this year, but I played it this year, so I'm going to say that's my game of the year so far. Because I played it this year, so it counts. Iron Lung. It's like $5 on Steam. Because it's just so different. I mean, I've never played something like that before, where it doesn't even show you where you're at in the map, and you have to figure it out through coordinates. I've never played something like that before. And it was actually, you know, at first it's like, oh, this is boring as shit, but it's like, no, it gets very interesting. The 4090 is effect? No. Dude, I've seen someone play this with a... Come on, bro. It's not running at 10 frames. You guys are reading some dumb fake reviews on Steam. It's not running at 10 frames, bro. You can literally type in videos here on YouTube and you'll see what it runs at. Half of those reviews are fake. They probably saw Skill Up's video and they wanted to troll. And like, oh yeah, fuck that new Star Wars game. You know, it's just a bunch of baloney. Iron Lung is indie game. Okay. We're not playing Sons of the Forest, dude. We're gonna start banning people in here for recommending such terrible software. Horrible. All right, well, the chat is drying up here, but we will be back tomorrow, or maybe later tonight with more Star Wars. I don't really want to play it, but, you know, again, I mean... We'll see. Long stream. That's what you want. How long is it? Yeah, it's pretty long. Well, the battery didn't die up quick today. I don't know why. I think it has something to do with the weather. I'm not sure. The games are trash. No, we're not playing Overwatch, bro. There's probably like 5 people playing that. Final Fantasy. No, we're not doing Final Fantasy, bro. I'm not buying Final Fantasy, bro. I'm not doing it. Well, you guys are acting like this game's like totally broken, and it's like, well, nobody is getting 10 frames on a 4090. That's a load of bullshit, bro. It does not run that terribly, bro. That's absolute. That's not true. If that's true, then there's something wrong with your shit. And it ain't the game. Ain't no way this is getting 10 frames, bro. That is baloney. That's straight up baloney.
It's over!
Oh, yeah.
Bald lesbian super chatted $4.99.
Yeah.
Imagine when you begin covering Zelda, you make a thumbnail with the Zelda
put it on the
art in
PS5, just like Starfield,
case.
you know.
Would be
Won't
hilarious.
even react
Man
to it.
dancing.
Oh yeah, you know. Well, yeah, I'm not, because the Switch case doesn't fit into the case that I'm holding. Like, I'm actually holding a case in that thumbnail. It's just, it's an empty case, and you know, you just put the thing in there. No, I don't buy. No, I don't need Final Fantasy. I'm not playing it if you buy it for me. I'm not playing it, so don't do it. I'm not. We're not playing Alien Isolation. That game's trash. That game's trash, bro. We're not playing Final Fantasy. What is with this Gary from the Vault bullshit, dude? Jesus. Everyone reviewing the game is saying, well, then I don't know what to tell you. Then go buy it. Jesus. Yeah, go buy it for someone else. I'm not playing Final Fantasy 16. That's trash. Put the cartridge in the CD case? That would be funny. Minecraft Legends, no. No, we're not playing any of that shit. No. Alright. We're gonna wind this one down. Get all the trophy in Hogwarts Legacy. I don't play for trophy. I play for, is this game satisfying me? If the answer is no, I'm turning it off. Too bad. So, like I said, Good Senator might be here on the show tomorrow, and hopefully you guys are a little bit more amped up for that. I'm going to have to get ready for that. I'll tell you what, you know, got to take some high energy, 5-hour high energy or some shit like damn. So make sure to tune in tomorrow. We'll see what we got for you. And you know, we might be back later tonight with the you don't have the IQ to play fight. Well, I don't, so don't buy it. I don't want to play it. But make sure you you know, we might. Oh, gee williker. I just read it. Now you. Okay, buddy.
It's over.
Oh my God, bro.
Gary from the Vault super chatted $20. You just don't have a high enough IQ to play FF.
Well, I don't, so yeah, that's why I'm not playing it. I don't understand. Dude, I played Metal Gear Solid 2, didn't understand a damn thing that happened in the game. Shit's all over the place, bro. Especially the end, like, it's unbelievable. Well, there you go, Gary from the Vault coming through hard and strong. Gee williker. That's all you can do. All right, well. Play Callisto Protocol. When the new DLC comes out, we'll jump back in. When the new DLC comes back out, we'll jump back in. Metal Gear Solid is pretty confusing. I was told it wasn't confusing, so. Holy fucking shit. What the fuck? Damn! What is going on in here? Snurf coming through. What the fuck? Holy shit.
It's over.
Holy shit.
Snurf super chatted $50. L. Gary.
Holy shit, bro. Snurf coming through with the fucking 50. Holy shit, bro. That's the real Gary from the Vault. You can tell. Holy shit, bro. God damn. Snurf coming through, baby. Gee williker. Gee williker. Unbelievable. What the fuck? No. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Dude, who is that? Holy shit. Why isn't it playing out? Guys, I only got what the fuck? That didn't play out. I didn't hear anything. Well, we got Gary from the Vault. We got Snurf, which is the real Gary from the Vault. Everyone who wants to be Gary, gonna have to change your names again. Holy fucking shit, bro. Snurf. What the fuck? You guys love that John from Canada guy. I haven't heard from that guy since. Unreal. Holy shit. I mean, I'm speechless out here, bro. If I had some, jeez. Well, this is going to help, I'll tell you. Let's just put it that way. Gary from the Vault coming through with the 50 and Snurf coming through with the 100. What the fuck? And it broke the whole, it broke it. I mean, I don't, shit ain't even playing out. Well, they're ballers. I mean, someone said they own like 4 bars in Los Angeles, and they were like, hey, come on out. And it's like, well, not in LA, so. Well, the Bruce Wayne Bucks got deployed here. Holy fucking shit, bro. Well, it's gonna help, I'll tell you.
It's over!
Gary from the Vault super chatted $50. Else nerf.
What the fuck? What is... Okay. Okay. Guys, we gotta wrap the show up. Stop. We got... The battery's dying, bro. We can't just sit out here and look at it. We got low battery. It's a Gary from the Volt War. I mean, holy shit, bro. It's a Gary from the Volt War. What is going on in here? Keep streaming. I literally have low battery, bro. What do you want me to do? There's no way to keep streaming. The battery's gonna die. There's nothing else to talk about. I mean, you know, we can come back later for Star Wars Jedi, but I don't really want to play it. But I mean, it's a brand new game, so keep streaming until the battery dies. Well, it's at 10%, so. She don't love and it's so sad. She don't love and it's so sad. Vault, what's Vault 4? We got Pound Sand in here. Pound Sand, you're still with us after the Resident Evil 4 slop. Is this gonna... What is going on, dude? She don't love and it's so sad. She don't love and it's so sad. She don't love... Well, now we can, yeah. Hey there, mister. She don't love and it's so sad. She don't love and it's so sad. Well, got 9% here. Like I said, the good senator's coming tomorrow. So it should be...
It's over!
Guys, come on, dude. What is this one?
Nerf super chatted $100.
That's
Everyone
just not
wants to beat
playing.
Gary. Gonna have to change your names again.
The fuck? They showed it 24-hour survival stream. Okay, buddy. Well, I mean, if you tune in, we'll think about it. We'll consider it. I mean, are you going to specifically tune in, Slayer 69? Because if we do a 24-hour survival stream, not that we would, but if we ever did consider it, I need to see you in here. If you're not in here, I'm going to cry it at night. So. And Luis Hernandez to close us out. Holy shit, that's what we're talking about. Hell yeah, brother, we appreciate that. The outro from Luis Hernandez, bro. There we go. Oh, you guys came through hard and strong there. I mean, Jesus Christ. Buy a second battery? I have a second battery. Believe me, we have streaming equipment, bro. It's just... we don't need to stream for 8 hours a day, bro. I mean... unless there's a... we got big shows coming up here. Good senators coming, so you need to get ready. It's going to be crazy. You know, he's going to bring the high energy. He's going to elevate the whole show. I need this chat moving tomorrow. You guys got to get ready. It's going to be lit. It's going to be crazy. You're going to love it. Own a trucking company in the Midwest. Really? That's actually interesting. Well, maybe you can answer that question about how these trucks from like the 80s are still on the road. I mean, that's insane. They got like 500,000 miles on them, and the trucks are still working. You know, from the even there's some trucks from the 70s that are out on the road, and I never quite understood it. You really think GTA 6 will hit that home run? We're not discussing GTA 6 again, dude. Senator's gone woke. Well, you know, you can ask him that tomorrow when he's on the show. You can ask him if he's gone woke. He may or may not have. I'm not sure. Will he last 12 rounds? Well, I don't know. I mean, you know, we'll have to see. Chat will need slow mode. Okay. Oh, shit. AK-47's in here, baby. They are constantly maintained. It doesn't matter. You can't do that with the car. You can constantly maintain your car, but it's only going to last you about like 250,000 miles, if that. I mean... all right. I'm done talking about GTA 6, dude. Is that still on the screen? Holy shit, what the fuck? All right, well, we will maybe be back later tonight with more of Star Wars, but we won't probably play it for long because there's nothing new to see in that game. But regardless, we will be back tomorrow with the good senator, so... Will you cover Redfall? Probably not. I don't even... I mean, if we have to, we will, but I don't really have any plans on covering it. But, you know, maybe we should... We probably should shill Redfall. We should just shill Redfall because no one will. The PlayStation fanboys especially. So, you know, who knows?
Gary from the Vault super chatted $20. What? I'm the real Gary.
Oh, dude, this is so... oh my god. What is going on, bro? Well, this one won't catch up then because the battery's going to die before this catches up. But Snurf coming through. Most old semis are only on the road because of Elon's suspicious. Yeah, but how does it? I mean, how does it last that long? Like, I mean, how does the engine last that long? Like, it survives the wear and tear. Microsoft are hiring content creators. Really? Alright, well, the AI in Jedi Survivor is the same as GTA 5. Yeah, it's bad. Unbelievable. You're streaming the Texas Chainsaw demo tonight? Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm fucking banning this loser, dude. He's talking about Resident Evil 4. What a fucking idiot. He's talking about Resident Evil 4, dude. I thought you were talking about... I was getting excited. I thought you were talking about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre demo or some shit. I was like, whoa, that's coming out tonight? We're fucking streaming that. Hell yeah. But you're talking about some...
It's over!
What is this? That's on Luis Hernandez? Bro, we gotta wrap this up.
Luis Hernandez super chatted $4.99.
What the fuck?
I'm so ashamed 5 measly bucks I can't compete with the real ballers, folks.
Bro, this thing is so behind. Hey there, Lord Cosmos in here. Why ban? Because you just... What is this doing? Because you're acting stupid. I mean, I'm not gonna ban you. I'm just... You guys take shit so seriously. Like, I haven't banned anyone in here. Well, it may not be true. I think there was one we had to get out.
It's over!
What is... Alright, it caught up.
Nerf super chatted $10. Most old semis are only on the road because of eel orgs. If it's before 80s, you don't need to electronically log every mile you drive in a semi.
What do you think about that movie from Stephen King, where the trucks come alive and shit? That's crazy. Don't ban, I was just kidding. Lord Cosmo, baby. Alright, that's going to do it, folks. We're going to wrap it up before it cuts off. Huge shout out to the folks at home that have come through so hard here with the Bruce Wayne Bucks. It's going to help, and you'll see. We got the Good Senator coming out tomorrow, and it should be one hell of a show. And if we come back later tonight, we'll maybe play more of Star Wars. Don't really want to, but we'll see. You know, we'll see. We'll make an exception, and we'll see if we can stomach that game for more than 30 minutes, because it's a snooze. So, yeah, there is going to be a Texas Chainsaw demo, but it's not until later next month or something. All right, that is going to do it. Appreciate you guys for tuning in, tagging along, supporting the show. And we will see you later. And I got a huge fucking shout out. I mean, Jesus Christ. All right, that's going to do it. Appreciate you guys for tuning in, tagging along, supporting the show. And we will see you later. It's over.